we might be live. Is it right? What if I know? Having some troubles here. If you guys can hear me or see me, hi. I seem to be having technical problems and I can't tell if I'm even on or not. Studio's telling me we're live. I've got to think we're live, but it's telling me I'm offline. And I don't understand what is going on. I'm going to assume this is live. G'day, I'm Craig from RC-TNT. Got our little live stream set up ready. It's been a while since I've done a live stream, but I think we're good. All right. What I need to do is direct people to this because I accidentally overwrote the last one. Since there's no one here, it looks like no damage done. All right. Just updated the old live stream that I started and instantly stopped. So I think we're good. I can't tell. Everything's working. Okay, I think we're good. Now, if someone could bang in some chat, I could really use some insight on what's going on because I've got nothing. Hey, okay, thank you guys. Oh, it's working. All right, hey everyone. I just came back and saw your stuff. Thank you. Sorry for the fumbling start there. Let me get my little windows in order and we'll get rolling. I'm sorry we're a bit late. Okay, we'll full size that guy. Let's just change views real quick. It's been a minute. I think it's been a year and a half since we last streamed. So let's just check if we're working. Oh, we're not working. We kind of are. Bear with me, guys. I had my streaming machine. I moved it all down here to the well, I guess the shed yesterday, and the first thing that happened was my power brick blew up. So I lost my old computer. I've got all the data, but that doesn't help me when I'm trying to live stream. Forum. I think that's it. There we go. So you guys should be able to see that now. Phew. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good. Let me just make sure that this works. It doesn't feel like we're in the full screen. Yep, we are. All right, we got Damo Jones here, Dale Talent, Mark Gray, Monk Mike. Monk Mike? Did you say Monk Mike or Monk Mike? I'm going to guess Monk Mike. TKS Performance, RC Corey Meadows, 47, and RC Nixter 709. G'day, guys. And I know because some of you guys are already in the, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Some of you guys are already in the shed, and I know because you've shared your locations publicly with us all, I know where you guys are, and it's so great to see people coming in from around the world. This is the shed. This is something I've pictured since I began RC-TNT, and I built this thing from the very start with community in mind. That's always been my goal, and I try to make that come through in the videos. What I'm looking to do is just get, well, one, I need to get viable. I need to survive long term. So that's the underlying reason for this. But it was always going to be some kind of social shape. This is how it's going to come out. So what we have here is the shed, and I just wanted to show you briefly. Because it's a private forum, I'm not going to click through some of the stuff because it's a private forum. But once you're in, you're in. And I'll show you a couple of things. I've got oh, no worries, Mark, about not posting yet. Oh, honestly, we're just starting out. I'll show you through the shed in just a sec, and I'll do it again later in the stream because I'm going to be here for a few hours. My my purpose for the founding members launch is that we're starting off with not a little, with just a little bit of stuff here, and I'm just going to work tirelessly and build stuff up. And it's going to be, look, I'll show you something. Have a look on this. We've got I hope this is visible on your I should have made it wider for, I've made it optimized for mobile, but I could have made it wider for desktop. I might do that. This is one of the things I can do, so I'll make this wider for desktop. One of the things I'll have is downloads, and I'll be posting not just the start of what I've got. Now there's a video coming up that my YouTube channel members can see, and we'll talk about that in a sec too, but it's not public yet. So we've got my various releases here for my competition jersey. That's this guy. Now when you see the video for this thing, here I'll change back. Looks like we're getting into it straight away. When you guys see the video for this thing, it's going to blow your minds. I think it's okay to give a spoiler. This is a 6 problem approved scale 1 rig, and this has been 18 months in the making, and I've got a few variants. And if you've seen my short the other day, look, I've got them here. Let me move some stuff. What we're going to do today is have a bit of a show and tell. I've got a ridiculous amount of models that I haven't showed you guys yet. Just grab a couple of things. Now I've got 3 variants of this, but I'm also in a shipping container. Yes, it's insulated, but we had we got to about 45 degrees here the other day, and we've had a few hot ones. Although it's insulated, the radiant heat mixed with PLA, because I just rapidly prototype in PLA, and then you do the proper printing in the expensive, ASA or ASACF, which is what it is. These guys just sit crossways on these benches here. It just melted from radiant heat. So I've got a banana car. If you can forgive the banana part of it, this is coilovers front and rear. This is designed to be coilovers front and rear, and you'll see there are posts that are usually vertical where you can attach a body. Smoke Graffiti, you're doing the Huena upgrade now. I said that like a boom, didn't I? I've got the hydraulic filler up there. Did you know I've got every other Huena that they make, and the double E stuff? We've got every linear actuated excavator here. That's one of the things that's on my to-do list. I'll show you one of the big ones today. So yeah, this is the coilover version. This is a short wheelbase version, and you can go leaves or you can go coilover in the short wheelbase. So I called it the gum leaf and the gum nut, and you've just got basically endless combinations, and it's my pleasure to do that. We've got this skid that takes all sorts of different trends. Here's a old deluxe hamburger. You've got an AliExpress or Amazon. Again, ignore the fact that this has come out because it's a banana car. This is just some generic thing. And again, there are holes. I've made slots in the. Let me see. Is that one I'm going to show? I've got slots in the skid that'll fit a bunch of different ones. You've also got a bunch of holes up on the front there, and that goes for all of them. I've used the same design, although I did simplify for the gum leaf because I've got the geometry worked out for that. Hang on, wrong side, Craig. I've got the geometry worked out for that guy, so that's up here. You've got limited. I think there are 2 holes from memory. I can add a few more. Here's the thing. When I'm doing these, what I can do is I post the thing, right? And then you guys see here what I've done. And previously I would just post stuff on RC-TNT.com, but now there's a reply box. And we can talk about it. And you can say, hey, Craig, I've downloaded such and such a thing, and I'm looking at I'm looking at this particular part, whatever the part is. Should be able to make that a bit bigger, should we? No, I've lost my streaming computer, so we're kind of making do here with limited things. See if we can zoom this. I don't have what is it? Control and scroll should do it. There we go. I'm just using a little TV keyboard, which means I've got a think touchscreen. Yeah, you might be having a problem with well, any of the parts. You might say, look, I see what you've done with the like the battery tray. I'd like it to have a couple of holes. I'd like it to have a different configuration on the slot. Can you do that? You got it. I'll give you an update. I'll give it your little name and the version. I'm not working for you guys full time, so I'm not your bespoke CAD designer. But I love this stuff. You guys know I love this stuff, and it'd be my pleasure just to make sure. I Dale Talent says, "Are you sure you didn't just invent the new banana leaf chassis?" Well, clearly I did, in conjunction with our local star. And not many people get to collaborate with the sun. Well, I guess we all do, don't we? Yeah, look, this was, I guess it was inevitable being up in a shipping container in Australia. Just let me pop these out of the way, get some space back, and I'll keep yammering. Just going to throw some liquid down my neck too. What time is it? 7:15. It's a beautiful morning here. We don't have the wedges yet. We've got a couple of wedge tails that have lived on the back of the property, and every 2 years they have a chick. So then 6 months after that, there are 3 wedge-tailed eagles in the sky, just kind of circling again, and then it moves off, and then they go again. These birds have one of the largest wingspans on the planet. 2.4 meters is the average adult wingspan. 2.4 meters. That's this much taller than me again, wide. It's so crazy. Right. I can't remember what I was saying now. Let me show you where we were going here. Back to RC-TNT Insider. I don't think I clicked on it. Did I? No, I didn't. Another thing I've got happening is the 6-problem course results thread, and what that is going to be. Well, yeah, you're not right. You're not wrong there, Damo. It is Aussie testing, but PLA is going to break. I'm still going through them. I'm adding a bunch a day, except I paused to do this live stream and a couple of videos you might have just seen or see coming. But what I'm first doing is I'm just making some notes and then using a script I wrote to give us the same presented thing. So you can search for, like I'll show you, you can search the forum for, let's say, what's an early one I've probably done already? Let's say you search for the Ecto. 6-problem resource, Ecto. It should take you straight, there you go, takes you straight to the Ecto thread. Now that's with stock, and then there's a second result. You can probably also find in page, because we're gonna have, no, okay, so already usability is a question here, but this is part of the founding members launch. We're getting started. What I'm gonna do is, when I've got the lot done, I'll build some kind of visualization that shows you, it might show like, it'll group them, who can do 1 to 6, so it'll have like, I haven't worked it out yet, but I'll do some kind of visualization where it shows all 6 problems, but there'll be like, there might be heat groups or something, and you'll be able to zoom in and see where in the heat graph each vehicle came. So although this is a scale 1 car that I've just built, it did struggle a little because it's got straight links and it doesn't have overdrive. It's hobbled with leaf suspension in the rear, so some of these were scraping a little bit on part of the bump of problem 3. So it's not going to be near the high end of the group of cars that can do all 6 problems. The ones that can do all 6 problems with the best comp scoring, like no reverses, no rollovers, no resets, like it counts how many attempts. So if you have a look at this. It doesn't really matter what. This is one of the cheapies I did, right? And I'm going to show you guys some stuff. Yeah, we're going to be here for a while if I don't stop rambling. I've got so much stuff to show you. All right, so have a look. It says no portals, and it wasn't stock. So this tells you that this was an upgraded one, and I'll have an earlier Ramo hobby listing earlier in the thread because we're on page 4. I'll make it easier to navigate. At this point, I'm just getting the raw data in. But again, founding members launch, it's a lower price for life, and you're helping support me to make this. So g'day Jetson754, thank you for joining. Hope you have a great weekend too. It's 7 on Saturday morning for me here. Right, so we've had stock tires, stock foams, so you can see if you click on the video, which I suppose I could do, and it'll it'll take you straight to the video, and you'll be able to watch it. You've got the information down in the thing here. So I usually list in all my videos, if you don't ever look at the descriptions, I list the original view, the previous videos, and upcoming ones. And look, I also wrote an article about it, and I'd forgotten all about that. So this is useful for me too. Chapters, often I bang them into the description, so then you can see the 6 problem attempt. You can see when we're talking about it afterwards, and on a computer at least you can hover and see what was going on. So I'm ultimately going to link everything together, so you have a handy dandy all-in-one place where you can say, all right, I'm thinking of buying a car and I want it to be super capable. I wonder if these are how they went on the 6 problems. Previously you had to look at my video and scroll through like I just showed you, but now you can just search the forum, even just search this thread. I'll make it a little bit easier once I get all the raw data in, and I've built a system where it's easy for me to, so as I do the videos I'll just bang it into my spreadsheet, and then the script takes it from the spreadsheet, writes this post for me, and then boom, off we go. So I'm looking for sustainability. And okay, so we can see how it did. This car, it did 2 out of 6 problems. I noted that it had a weak ESC and a poor radio, but just notes, like this is human input. I'm watching all my videos on 2-speed on the 6 problem bit and just noting stuff and remembering stuff too. And so it did problem 1 okay, but it had 1 reverse, 1 rollover, 2 attempts. So on my heat thing, when I do I'll program something for that. We'll now be able to contextualize how they all go. I just realized I'm probably boring you guys, but look, I'm just excited because what we're doing with your help by having this membership here is building like a home for radio control. And I can't do enough in a short enough time. I'm so keen to make this go. Okay, so very quickly on the forums, you can see I've got little icons and stuff. It's meant to be a friendly little place. So you jump in, and everyone's here. I've made it responsive on mobile too. I mean, I can show you, but you guys can see for yourself. This works beautifully on mobile, and I spent like a week and a half on just that. And there are all sorts of ways to navigate this thing. What I'm interested in doing today, I'll get my face out of this computer in a sec. I wanted to share. Oh yeah, we can expand topics. Still working on usability. We're going to get there. It's pretty good already, but I think we can keep improving. And that's partly why you guys are trusting me as founding members, because once this shuts, we're going to shut membership to new people for a little while, and I'm just going to work on making things as nice as possible. Today, I will give this away. We're going to use a random generator for our members, and I'll post this to you guys anywhere in the world. We'll do that later in the stream. You don't have to actually be online while I'm rambling to win that. And you just need to be a member of the shed. So that'll be that. So you can already download the body. It's in the membership here. I give you a list of the stuff to buy. The download link, I think I put at the top. Yeah, I did. There you go. There's the download, and I've linked to the video as well. So there you go. Thanks, Cold Crawlers. Yeah, it took me a little while, but I'm happy enough to have the thing out. And I tell you how to print the thing, what hardware you need, and how to assemble it. So that's how I've always done my downloads, but the difference is, instead of just being on my website, hi Antonio from the Netherlands, good to have you here. Now you can reply and say, hey Craig, I've downloaded this thing, and I'm trying to plug a smoker into the. You might say, hey, I'm trying to download. I've downloaded this thing. I tried to plug a smoker into your pipes. I need a little tab on that. All right. But there's nowhere for the smoker to sit. Can you make a little alcove, or can you make like a little Dakar style box for me so that I can pipe smoke out the pipes? We can talk about that. Stick it in the thread here. Stick it in the comment right here, and tell me what you think. Tell me what you want, and yeah, sure, I'll work it out with you. Again, I'm not going to be on call for everything. But guys, I love this stuff. I love you guys as well, and what a great combination. That in combination with being able to keep doing this that's the impetus for the shed. Here we are. Right, so we'll come back to this little fella a bit later. I understand the timing of this this live stream isn't ideal for everybody. There's some house moving going on today. I'm going away today. It's one of those weekends. So it had to be 7 a.m. for me. I'm going to start with this, and then we're going to do a bit of show and tell. I have a lot of stuff to show you guys. I'd better only give a few minutes to each model, because otherwise we're going to be here for hours. Oh, hey Nazmo, I'm glad you joined. Thank you for coming along. This is my this is my RC-TNT gum leaf, so called because it's got leaves. This is not a cheap build if you do it the way I did it. There's a video releasing on this in a couple more days on the channel. Members can see it now. Oh, just a quick note on members too. I was using YouTube memberships, and what I'm going to do is I'd like to get all you guys into the shed. That's like my long-term vision. And so I'm not going to have they're not arbitrary, but I'm not going to have the same levels on YouTube as I've had. I'm just going to have one level. I'll just make it $4 Aussie. I'll keep it pretty cheap, and that'll buy you your name on the end of the video and early viewing. So then you guys will already have been able to see this. That's the best way I can think of to keep me rolling and also entice you guys across to the shed. I'm not looking to double dip. I am looking to be sustainable. Yeah, this is the idea. My hope is it's win-win, right? Okay, so yeah, this is currently just printed in PLA Plus, and it is not a cheap rig to build if you build it to my spec, but you don't have to build it to my spec. I wonder if I can bring this bench cam closer. That's for next time, I guess. Oh, you know, I've got a selfie stick, I wonder. Question, if we create a file that's an edition of mine, create an interior, can you post it? Dale, I would love that. You go nuts. The only thing I would ask is that you don't take the designs once you download them and post them on like cults or in some crawler compilation, because I give these away freely and it's my pleasure to give these away to you guys, but what I don't want to see is then to have these things uploaded somewhere else. I know that's not what you're asking, because then I've done all that work and my payment is the draw in this case of having you guys want to come in to my membership. It keeps me sustainable. It's kind of a way of being paid, even though it's not directly. It's how I maintain these. Cold Crawler says I should start printing in PETG because it's way more heat resistant. Funny you say that. Heat resistance is just one element. This is an SCX-103 JLU. This is a national champion rig from 2024, and I built this with with PETG, and it shatters. Since its last big comp, I've reprinted a lot of stuff, but yeah, impacts tend to shatter the thing. I use TPU on some stuff, right? But I'm just trying to see. I think I replaced it already, but after the national comp where this thing took first place, that whole panel was caved in. That was all cracked up. PTG is great in heat, but it's not particularly heat resistant. So what I usually will be printing in the future with is, I think I've got it here to show you. Just a sec. Is that it? I think it is. I've got cars upon cars upon cars here. What I use is, what do I use? ASA CF. That ain't cheap. That's like 5 times the cost of PLA Plus. EMGP says hello, Craig. Thank you for advice. Oh, it was my pleasure. You got the okay, sweet as. You got the 4107. You got you bought this dusty boy. I've had a few chats with people about this. This is a good little car. It's light, like it really doesn't weigh very much, but it's beautifully appointed, and the cutting brakes, they look like a gimmick because it's just flat metal on flat metal. So when they lock, they don't feel like they're doing much, but oh my goodness, they work. They don't lock like proper brakes, but they just somehow this car just works, and it's yeah. Look, I think you'd be very happy with it. Like the majority of my rigs, this wasn't a sponsorship thing. I do use affiliate links where I can, but this is a genuine recommend. In fact, probably every single car I show you guys today, I've purchased or built or modified myself. Yeah, this is RC-TNT sponsored today, the whole thing. Yeah, this is a very nice little car. I know you're gonna like it, and you don't have to go brushless like all the cool kids do with Fusions. This motor, it's a big motor. Um, I think you're going to be happy for a good long while. Uh, my friendly recommendation would be just keep the thing stock, run with it for a while and just see what you think. It's just everywhere you look, you see little benefits like there's steel universals and tough. What's the word? They're called drive shafts. They're tough drive shafts. I just haven't had a problem with my Yikongs. They're well, they're good. Let me put that back. Okay. Quick swig of tea. Leontine74, g'day from the Netherlands. Good to have you here. There are a lot of you guys from the Netherlands. Hey, what time is it in the Netherlands right now? I'd love to know. Right. This is not the best time of day. I'm sorry, it's 7:30 a.m. for me. This is the only time I could squeeze this in. This is ASA-CF. We're talking about filaments. It's expensive. It's like I think I pay something around $100 for a kilo, and I pay around $20 a kilo for PLA Plus. So the reason I got those banana cars, and for those of you that have just joined, if you see the short I did the other day, where some of my prototypes are now banana cars, that's because they were from my rapid prototyping stage. So once I'm happy with it and it's competition or just trail ready, ASA-CF is the way to go. If you have a printer that has a chamber like the P1S, if you have the P1P, which ships without it, or the A1, you kind of need a cover. Now you can make covers, and I've made one before. You don't need to go and spend a lot of money. You need to spend some money when you're doing this stuff. But look, the reality is crawlers are, unfortunately, if you give your heart to them, they're going to take your money. They're not, it's not the cheapest hobby, but if you think, and especially if you talk to people like in the shed where we can actually exchange ideas after things are posted. Hey, there's a reply box there. We can talk about what we've got. So that's right. Have we got an update on the diffs in the GMA GSO2F bomb? There are no hardened steel diffs for that. They haven't changed, and even in subsequent GSO2s or subsequent machines they've made, they're still using cast gears. So my recommendation for GMA 110 scale crawlers is 2S. Stick with 2S. Mine took 3S for a while, even 4S, I think, in the first video, which is wildly inappropriate, but you got to have a laugh sometimes. Yeah, they won't take it. 2S, stay on 2S, enjoy the Sublime 2-speed, so you get the speed, and you get enough torque that you can pretty much crawl wherever you like. It's a really capable crawler. The old, we haven't seen that for a while, have we? We're talking about the GSO2F. This is an earlier video on the channel. Have a look at it if you haven't. You can still buy this right now. It's a kit, and this was another, speaking of 6 problem capable rigs, this did 6 problems out of the box. And I used cheap electronics. I used like the basic JX servo, and it's just a basic brushless motor. It's just sublime. It crawls beautifully, but the diffs are not particularly strong. But it's just the running gear on this thing is just so smooth. Look, cantilevers in the back even. You see there are shocks are there. So it's got, this is all out of the box. This is the GSO2F, a brilliant truck. I very much recommend it. I like it a lot. I'd like to make them less stiff now. You know what's funny? I've been doing this channel coming up on 5 years, and I find even when I'm just designing stuff now, I see things on designs that I set aside that I didn't even notice last time I did it, and then I'll see it and I'll make the change and think, why didn't I see that before? Just, I guess you get experience there. Right, there's a bunch to cover, so I won't yammer on much longer. This is a 6 problem ready car, but it's not cheap is what I was saying. I remember now. We'll get back on track eventually. I was doing the links for this thing last night, like the affiliate links and stuff, because again, I'm running a business here, but still I want to give stuff away. This one was built around the BRX 90 axles from Boom Racing. and I've used BRX 90. Oh, sorry, I've used Boom Racing leaves and shocks. I recommended shorter ones. These are just the ones I had, but instead of 90, I've recommended 70 mil. But the rest of the car otherwise goes together nicely. The only thing I haven't found yet in the links is the motor plate that I used. I just can't find it. I'm going to. But yeah, we have Worlds coming up in Australia in 2027 in Boat Harbour. We've just started organisation for that in conjunction with the WRCCA guys. I understand it's been announced, so I can say that now. It is coming, and I am planning on integrating a scale 1 day, like a full scale day. We'll have like a gymkhana type thing up there. We'll do it kind of like how our club did it when we ran last year down here in Vic. For anyone in Vic who went, I'll do it like that. So we're going to have a gymkhana. We'll have all the normal comp stuff, but we're also going to have a scale day, and we'll publicise that well in advance. So if you are coming to Worlds in Boat Harbour in 2027, date to be announced. Still working that out. Be prepared for scale 1, which is kind of like class 1. This is designed for scale 1, and well, you'll see the video. It releases in a couple of days. It's coming very soon. I couldn't be happier with it. It's a 6 problems approved invention, which you could stick whatever cab you like. I haven't finished designing it. Bike touring adventures. G'day. Thank you for coming. Cold Crawler says he designed and printed a full interior with drivers for the base camp. Dude, perfect. Well done. Yeah. I'm all about sharing. And if you want to post that, how do you say? Give your username and wherever you posted it. Yeah, people can check it out. I'd be happy to. Let me put this down. I'm going to show it to you, although I'm embarrassed about it. I didn't show it in the video, so this is the only place you're going to see it. I know it looks like a absolutely munted aircraft. This is still a prototype, okay? This is TPU. The purpose of this thing, apart from looking completely goofy, is to satisfy rules for the comp. So it's got a hinge system that sits on the front of the body. I just put away that I realized I should have kept out now. I was experimenting with a few things as I did it. So there's a light string inside this clear PETG here, and the whole thing glows. It's got an opening bonnet with an engine bay. So there's your point there. TPU mirrors, they're bendy mirrors, and TPU wipers. So this thing can crunch away and be okay. That's the plan. I've got a driver with a full interior, and I don't want to disturb him, but it does opening doors, full dash, and it integrates and it clips in at the end. But I'm chucking it. I'm going to go again because what I want is, do I have it here? What I think I'd like to do is to do a Suzuki Carry style, like a key car style cab. So I'm thinking, well, hang on, I haven't done this yet. Let's have a look at some dimensions here. Yeah, so that's the cab size I think I designed, and it was just too small. I'll need to supersize it a little bit, and we'll just make it like an off-road modified carry, because how does it look? It looks silly. Let's get it down. Look, I can use some camera trickery and we can see what it'll look like. You'll have to ignore the wheels though. There. I guess that'd be the size of it. And then on the side it'd be like, this is silly, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm not sure if I want to do it, but I was picturing a cab like this, something different. You can, instead of using this thing, you can mount polycarbonate. You can do away with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, pull this whole thing off and put a body on. This is 313mm wheelbase. It's fully adjustable. You can go longer or shorter. I've actually got longer and shorter chassis rails. These print on smaller beds. I've designed them so that A1 printers can print them. And you can have a shorter wheelbase if you like, which I showed before. very quickly. Short wheelbase version, right? Same deal. These were stabilizing bars before the sun had to go at them in my container here, but long wheelbase, short wheelbase, leaves, whatever you like. That's enough about that. Just making sure I don't destroy stuff. Full video for this stuff is going to publish in about 2 days, so watch out for that. Man, I've got a lot to talk about. One moment. Hey guys, thank you for your comments. A bongo brawny, like I used to drive in Okinawa. Let's have a look at what a bongo brawny is. And then I promise we're going to get on with this show and tell. I didn't get the Mojave Grom, no. Oh, okay, so it's the same kind of thing. Yeah, that's cool. That's the kind of cab I want. There's like a dual cab there. What I want is this kind of thing, just a single cab job. I suppose you could do a whole van, couldn't you? That'd be kind of cool. But I do like just the old style cab. And the nice thing about being old style is that there are a lot of straight lines, basic metalwork from way back whenever this was, which is actually a lot easier to model if you're a noob like me. So that's the plan. Why not an open cab, first gen Unimog? Yeah, that's not a bad idea, Tux. Maybe. Micah Eloja 7060. Did you review the Armour Mojave Grom? I didn't. Hang on. There we go. I don't. The only Grom I have here at the moment is the Typhon. It's the same running gear though. Let me think. I've driven one. I drove a Mojave Grom. We had like a fun day, jumps day. When I can't reach it right now, but I won't reach it right now. More to the point. The Hosim Big 1/8 short course truck. I had that there, and I was just bashing on that because I'm doing research for my short course truck roundup, which is coming. I know I've been saying it's coming soon for a while, but I'm running packs through all of them because I want to make sure that my opinions on these cars is consistent. I just don't want to give you guys a bum steer with quality and stuff, you know. One of the guys had a Mojave Grom, the 223S, and we ran that on 2S, and it was fast. Ran it on 3S, it was beautiful. It's the same thing as the Typhon. It's just a different body. The big difference is with a short course truck. You guys know this already, but let me get a small short course truck. Here you go. Same kind of size. The big difference with a short course truck body versus something like a buggy or a truggy is the wheels are outside for a start, so you've got worse aero, arguably, with a buggy or truggy. But what you don't have is parachuting. When you jump or when you're going really fast, with a car like this, with these big old scoops above the front wheels, where do you think some of the air is going when you're doing 80k an hour? It's going under the body. And short course trucks that have been modified heavily, they'll squat right down and go, wah, and then they'll start. And once they start, even to lift a little bit, they can flip. That's why some bodies out of the factory, I seem to have lost my webcam. One camera froze. It did freeze, didn't it? Hang on. See if we can fix that. Sorry guys, I'll just be half a sec. The old techno goat in Scotland just popping in to wave a bench drive shaft at you. Thanks for saying g'day. That's funny. Right, half a sec guys. I'll just redo that bench cam. We'll get that back up and running. Let's say we remove it. Remove bench cam. Add bench cam. It's currently 7:45, and last night I was setting all this up. It was the soonest I could do it. It was, well, yesterday afternoon I started setting it up, and my power supply popped and took out my hang on, there we go. It took out my my computer, my streaming computer. Sorry guys, I know you still got me here. It destroyed my computer. So I'm running with another computer here. Just setting up the source again because I had to rejig it, but I think we're good. All right, let's try that again. Bench cam goes down. There we go. We got me back, but I still haven't got the bench cam working, and I don't know why. That's very annoying. Sorry, guys. Half a sec. If I can't make it work, we'll just go to this little webcam, and I'll just try and increase the resolution. But something's clearly gone wrong. Go configure video. Sorry, guys, it's coming back up. Yeah. Well, my last one, my streaming computer was fine, but the power supply is dead, and so I had to set this up at about 11 o'clock last night, which is why I've had a few issues this morning, including having to repost this video. I suspect I'm going to have to quit and open this again, and I'm not going to do that because I don't want to kill the stream. All right, plan B. Let's just make this full screen. See if we can go full screen. Cancel, kill the bench cam, and here we go. We're going to go. Whoop, that's full screen, all right. I'm just going to have to hold stuff up now, unfortunately. I'm just going to also increase the resolution. Sorry, guys. Thanks for waiting. See if that improves it. It'll have to do. It's what we got. So these things will parachute, right? And that's why you've got holes in the back of the body cut out of the factory because it gives an exit place for the air. So the Mojave, I can't remember if it had holes. It certainly parachuted a little, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't as bad as you might think. So look, I haven't tried the Mojave Grom as an owner, but I have tried it as a loaner for all of 5 minutes. I liked it. This is a really nice platform. It's very easy to recommend. In Australia, the pricing can be good if you get it on sale, but we pay more in Australia for the American brands. We just do. That's just the way it is. Chinese stuff is cheaper for us and more expensive for America. And then elsewhere in the world, it depends. The Eurozone has its own stuff going on. I'll just put this back. Oh, geez. I guess with this many cars here, I don't just do anything. Gee, I'd sure like to get that that camera back, but I'm hoping to be here for a couple of hours with you guys. But I'm just going to have a quick sneak peek to see if it's working. I just jiggled the cable. Nope, she's still dead. If you're just joining me, g'day. Thank you for coming along. I'm going to be having a chat for a while here. I'm talking about the shed, our membership, which I probably should have kept my glasses on for now I think about it. This is, of course, our RC-TNT membership. If you want the full lowdown on this stuff, I've got a video on the channel about it. I was just telling you guys before that I've made this and I'm going to give it away on this live stream, but I've also released the thing to download, print yourself, and I've got links on where to buy the thing. So that's one thing you can do. And the nice thing about the shed is there's a comment box. You can reply and tell me what you'd like to see, and it will be my pleasure. And I also have my comp chassis ready to go. So I've just posted that. We've got there's a lot to show you guys in the shed, but it is a private forum, so I'm not going to go nuts. Now, I thought I'd just show you a Reflex 2B. Just we were talking about buggies, and it got me onto the subject. I'll just come back to the full screen. Appreciate your... Oh, I'm glad it was helpful. Good luck with the P-scale for the Nordics. It's not publishing it for a little while, Micah, but the update video I did on the Coyote, that's worth watching. That'll be, I think, next weekend it's going to publish, and that thing out of the box is amazing. Nordics is a WRCCA event from memory, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it is. Tell me if it isn't. You can't use the stock Coyote tires because they say 4.9 even though they're 4.75 or whatever. The rules preclude them, but it's a really good car. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Coyote, I'm going to take the SCX10 Pro, and I'm going to take my VRD Carbon, to the gorge, I'll set a few courses and make a video about that, comparing those three, because they're well, they're comparable vehicles. If I was doing two more that are often asked about, I'd also add the Ecto and the Ascent Fusion. The reason I won't do that is that the VRD Carbon already walks over both of those. The SCX10 Pro with the Portal upgrade, what I'd call the Wyatt Melon spec, also now is much better, but I've had to do a bunch of things to make that thing comparable with the VRD Carbon, and that took some doing. Those two things in the Coyote, I'll do them soonish. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you the reflex. Now this is another small thing. It's like the Mojave Grom in some ways. This is made for racing. It's not going to be as endlessly tough as the Mojaves, but it does have one special party trick. I wish I had my bench camera working, but I'll just hold it up and show you instead. There we go. I'm going to jam the front wheels, okay, so that they can't move. And look what I can still do. That tells you there's a middle diff in this thing. This is a racing buggy through and through. It's a kit just like so many others, and I built it up, painted the body, and then put it in a box to make a video sometime back in 2024. Really simple. There's nothing to it. Little ESC on top, brushless motor, and I went cheap. One of the BS series Fly Sky radios, so I just used one of the, this is the HPI Venture, and now also the Reflex 14B radio. These are a great little buggy, and I see, having had it hanging back, I've just seen some oils come out of the middle diff, unfortunately. Should have used thicker oil, I guess. Anyway, that's that, and it's a happy little fella. That's the Associated Reflex 14B. If you're interested in the Mojave Grom or any of the Groms, I mean any of the fast ones, maybe not the jumpy ones, although there's the same platform, different bodies mean different things, don't they? This could be worth looking at. While I wrestle with these body pins, if you've just joined me, g'day, g'day. What beefy links do I recommend for the base camp? AliExpress or Amazon specials, man. Just get the stainless. Hang on, just let me get this. Just get any of the steel ones, like just a regular stainless set. What tends to break is not links, unless you're using like brass links, which I would never recommend anyway. What breaks is the rod ends, the plastic. Some plastic sucks, but if you are under 30 years old, you can't help it. That's okay. The big thing that's changed. Oh, I was trying to put it through where there wasn't a hole. The big thing that's changed is that plastics are so good now. Cars are better in general than they ever were before. What that means is even the cheap stuff, and look, China's got its act together with manufacturing now. I make no endorsement or comment on trade anywhere. I'm not getting into that bucket of worms, but manufacturing around the world now is far better. Plastics are far better. So even cheap link kits, they're really good. What do we got here? MM7Wob says, was 3S LiPo on a hot summer's day? Yes, it was. Was that your car, was it? I'm not... Chassis? Oh no, it wasn't. Okay. Oh, I see. 61 on a quarter. You got... Alright, cool. So, yeah, look. It depends on the car. It depends on whether you got gyros or not. I guess depends on your tires. Depends on so many things. In RC rally races, are they typically running brush motors? Yes, they are, and there's a good reason why. And I'll answer that with a car. I'll answer that with a couple of cars, actually. Oh, guys, just let me try my bench camera again. It's going to be extremely difficult to talk cars this morning if I can't do this, so I'm just going to have another go. Stick with me. We're here for a while. Webcam. Okay, half a sec. I'll tell you about rally cars, and then we're going to get to the next model in our little show and tell. Just let me Give me half a sec, guys, because my bench camera froze before. We're just going to have another go at it. We're going to delete bench cam. I'm just going to add this again, and we're going to hope for the best. Motion capture device, and fingers crossed. Oh yes, I think we're good. There we go. Move that back down. Hang on. Move this up. Fixed. All right, we're back. Okay, you're doing a Carton T410 build, and you're just curious on a potential setup for beating around. The phaser R was fine, but it ran hot. All right, a couple of things to say on that. The phaser, I'm going to assume the phaser R is brushed. Give me a yes if that's right. I'm busy. Look, we're all busy, but I'm the kind of busy where I don't own a TV. I love computer games, and I think I've played maybe 2 hours this year. I'm just busy. And it's usually busy doing this stuff. What that means is I don't know what the phaser R is. Yes, it is. I can't remember the question. Did I say is it brushed? I think I did. Thank you. Okay, so that means it's probably the same setup as this fella, right? So you've got just the, is it a 14? It doesn't say, it kind of implies it. I'm pretty sure it's a 14 turn 550, it looks like. With the WP1060 ESC. There's a big difference between the phaser style of rally car, still shaft driven, still slipper, still four-wheel drive. I shouldn't say a steel slipper because the MJX here doesn't actually have a slipper. Which I thought was a weird decision, but it somehow works. There we go. Right. If you go watch the run video I did for both of these cars, you'll see that one of these cars is very much not like the other. Same wheelbase. The MJX is very heavy. The phaser is pretty light. We're talking roughly, I'd say 60-40. Now when you are doing rally, which is what you asked about, would you run brushed or brushless in rally? You can run brushless. I'm just going to show you why brushless cars that are made to be like this modern kind of thing, that takes from the old style, I can't remember the name of the company, but LC Racing also has a bunch of stuff like this. The universe is telling me no when I'm trying to weigh this. Let me just, here you go, hook the wheel. Sometimes I just need an extra hand. I'm going to get this. There we go. Alright. 1.85 kilos, 4 pounds. That's for your big heavy MJX, big metal plate underneath. Now we weigh the little phaser. There you go, it was about 60-40. There's 2.7 pounds or 1.25 kilos. You see my point, right? What you want in a rally race, and the kind of rally race I'm picturing is the one where you're running around behind the car. My friend George from Madrid, who's known as Yoshi Mura number on the channel here and also in the Shed membership, he posted a video recently on his Instagram that was typical of what I'm picturing. That is the guys that are running around the courses, following the cars, and they're going through all the little curves, and sometimes there are little jumps, but there aren't usually big jumps because these are they're scale things. In the same way that you don't see, like scale stuff doing extreme crawling lines because different things for different jobs, right? The nice thing about brushed is that it's quite forgiving, and you want. There's an old adage in racing, right? Drive slow to drive fast. You got to go slow to be fast. And brushed basically is more forgiving. Now you could run brushless, and you could run a fairly low kV brushless system, or a punchy one with a small pinion. You absolutely could run brushless, but you said, is it usually brushed or brushless? And my answer is it's usually brushed. and it's usually we're talking about motorsports enthusiasts here, right? Racing and clubs bring out different personality types, and there's a space in the hobby for everyone and whatever they're into, for sure. My read on the on the rally scene in particular, the rally race scene, absolutely take it seriously, absolutely practice and do your best, but it's more of it feels more like a matey atmosphere rather than a serious business, got my frowny work face on, no one talks while I'm driving kind of atmosphere. Um, certainly the track, like there's the flat track club that I drive some of those cars on. They On a race like that, you wouldn't want to be joking with the driver because they need to be locked in because precision matters and every single second matters. You're thinking. This is more, I'm chasing the car. Both can be serious, both can be done well. I stuffed that up, didn't I? I'm not going to mess with it now. Oh no, look, I will. It's only one body clip. That was a long answer for a short question. Brushed, I would think, especially if starting out, and then you can look into brushless later. That brings me to another thing, actually. Let me just... You've got to know when to give up. I'll do it later. I'm in a fairly unique position here, guys, to do something that most of you can't do. And that is put myself in financial distress because I can't stop spending... No, that's not right. That is that I've got so many radio control cars here that I have a perspective on the buy more, always upgrade, always everything, always after the next part. I've got a perspective on that I didn't have, but now I'm at this point where I've got so many cars, I can tell you, I believe it now more than ever, and I've always thought this, the car you've got today is the best car. Comparison is the thief of joy, and if you've got a car that works really well, and it brings you joy, go out and enjoy it. It's really fun to upgrade stuff, and that brings me to my next thing in show and tell. Just let me grab it. We're going to get to some stuff that almost has no internet presence, but I'll just get this done first. It is still fun and quite reasonable to upgrade things, and you know, we all love doing it. Nothing wrong with it. But yeah, the car you've got, I'm not looking to preach. I'm sorry if that sounds like that, but it's a thing I've noticed, and I've realised I've learned that. Let me just have a quick read. I forgot we were doing a live stream. I was just yammering on. Put a heatsink on the brushed mode. That's fair enough. They do run hot in the phaser. Beg your pardon. Hard to put the MJX. Okay, so the MJX and the Rolalo are different beasts. That's kind of my point to the phaser or George's thing. He's posted it in the shed. He's got one of I think the Tamiya Pajero Dakar style livery. That was pretty sweet. The phaser or the MJX to drive? What do you prefer? Honestly, the phaser. I've got a story about it. I don't know, what time is it? I might be here for another hour or two yet. I actually got up before the sun today to do this live stream. Here's the thing. I've had motorcycles for years. I haven't had bikes recently, but I've had everything from 250s all the way up to an 1150, and I've had all sorts of stuff. Oh, thanks. You didn't have to do that scale works. I appreciate that. One time I had a 600 in the shop because although I do most stuff myself, I needed them to do something with the front forks, and there was some compression thing. I don't remember what it was, but they gave me a loaner. They gave me a 125cc, and it was my webcam froze again. Well, that's annoying. The thing froze. Not the thing froze. They gave me a 125cc. It was a brand new Honda something. It had 4 kilometers on the clock when they gave it to me as a loaner, and I cackled away in my helmet as I drove. Yeah, I saw it was frozen, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know why it froze, but I'll just see if I can add it again. I'm starting to thinking we might have to do this a couple of times. And no joke, the that 125cc bike for the 4 days I had it, yeah, I think she's bubkiss. That might be some of the best road motorcycling, short of doing the epic twisties in the Victorian Alps. That's some of the best road riding I ever did. It was so fun. I still think of it today, and that was, goodness, that might have been 20 years ago. Bigger isn't necessarily better. So if you're asking me MJX rally car versus the Phaser, I think I'm picking the Phaser. You know. Oh, got a select webcam. Here we go. I'll have the bench back in just a sec. I'm getting better at this. Delete. Sorry guys. I'll bring this back. Then I'll show you a couple of other things. I have an embarrassing amount of cars I haven't put on video yet. I thought today, why not show you a couple of things that I haven't done before. Show of virtual hands. Anyone interested in excavators? Kevlar, you love the content. Thank you very much. You're having a hard time finding gears. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Got it. Having trouble finding gears, underdrive gears for the Gen 8. And you wanting them for the Marksman. So you don't want them for the Gen 8, you want them for the Marksman. One sec. It's been a minute. I need to refresh my memory. By the way, if you have a Marksman, there's a Wendigo. Here, I'll hold it up for you so you can see the codes. There's a Wendigo sway bar system. Take note of that. Screenshot it. It's RER 12620 and 12663 if you haven't got it already. And that is meant to be quite good for the Marksman here. What I wanted to know was what the axles were and how the transmission sits. You have two options as I see it. Do you know what I'd probably do? I don't think you're going to find underdrive gears for this. I really don't. I think your best bet would be, hopefully, my streaming PC died due to a bad power supply last night, and I've had to set everything up at very short notice, so I'm not using my main stuff. The motor and the transmission are there. There's a transfer case here that sits on the skid, and it bolts down from the top. You'll see there are no bolt holes here. It's a one-to-one. It's got one input and it's got two outputs. This makes it very easy. Here's what I do. Look for an overdrive transfer case. They're on AliExpress and Amazon. Pull this one off because, again, the motor and the transmission, they're not there. It's not two-speed. This is really easy. You might have to drill a hole, but who cares? Drill a hole. Because no one's ever going to see it underneath. And you might put the head through and then the bolt on top. I don't know. Like, you'll be able to work that out, right? I'd put an overdrive transfer case there. And they're out there. There are plenty of them, and you'll spend 20 to 50 bucks. Then you don't need to worry about underdriving the rear or overdriving the front, because it'll do it in the transfer case. That's how I'd solve that problem for the Marksman. The Gen 8, if it's the same gearing, like, you could do that too, because it's the same kind of thing, I think. But the nice thing about a 1.8 is that there's plenty of room, so you can kind of DIY whatever you want. That is probably how I'd solve that problem. There you go. I don't know how much you guys can see back there as I kind of hike through. You can kind of see it on both cameras. That there on this camera here, there's a little white car there, and on this camera here, which is frozen again. Come on, GoPro, what are you doing? All right, hang on, guys. We'll be right back after this message from our sponsors. Hey, have you heard about the shed from RC-TNT? All the cool kids are joining. It's a great little community. And you get some really cool stuff like There's still 8-wheel drive. Free to download. And you can comment on it, and I'll make some changes. Not only that, but you'll also get everything else that I release, and it'll be updated, and you'll get the latest stuff, and it'll be my pleasure to do it for you. Do this. I'll just give that a quick go, because I can't keep swapping cameras as it freezes. This is getting a bit silly. Let me just come straight back here for a sec. We're just going to add it again. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. That car I was pointing to in the background, I've actually covered on the channel before. It's a Cross RC PG4A from memory, and it's a hard body. Alright, there we go. We're back. Happy to help, Kevlar. Happy to help. I hope that does the job. It's the top of my head, but I think it's the best way to do that. Now we've got everything working. Oh, now my other one's frozen up. What's going on here? Right. Well, I can't do much about that. This is, for those of you that have joined, I know I've said this story a couple of times already, but my streaming computer died last night, and I've had to set everything up from scratch, even though I'd already configured everything else. So that's left me trying to scramble here to just make things work, and I haven't used OBS for 18 months, so I'm kind of making it up as we go here. There we go. I'm just going to quickly fix this side as well, because that's not working. We'll add this as well, video capture device, and MM7 Wob boost module. I've got to go, it's after 9 PM. Good night, go and have fun, and if I'm still here when you're back, great. If not, have a good evening. Nothing like getting out with the guys and gals on a trail. It's good stuff, eh? Might just pop him over there, him being me. Hello. If you've joined since I last showed this, this is the shed. This is a private membership, and this is actually the purpose for this live stream. I've built this thing after, well, we're coming up on 5 years now on the channel, and I've been working towards this for quite some time. It's a private membership, and I've got a bunch of stuff in here. You'll have access to me constantly, or daily, I should say. I won't be at your beck and call, but I'm in there in the conversations, and it's my pleasure to do it. When you join, there's a quiz, and it'll point you to where you need to be based on your experience. We've got bashing and rig of the month thing. We're going to have a calendar from next year with the best voted rig from each rig of the month. And you'll also find in RC-TNT Insider, watch this replay later. It's in the first 5 minutes or so. I talk about the 6 problem results thread. I'm going through every 6 problem course that I've done. Every 110 scale crawler that's done the 6 problem course is getting entered in here. I've built a little software thing for it, so you can see whether it has portals, whether it's stock, what tires, foams, and wheels it had, and how it did each of the problems. If it did 6 out of 6, great, and then any notes I had about the run. And so you can search the forum for whatever car you want to talk about. I think I just changed the zoom there. Right, so you can you might search for whatever. There's a search bar at the top, and you can search for whatever you want, and you'll see what I thought. I'll also have a visualization at the start of that thread, so you can you'll be able to at a glance see what the 6 problem cars were and what the other stuff was and what we thought of it and what upgrades did. The other nice thing about this is there's a download section. I just created that yesterday. This is just for members. and I've just released my competition chassis, which is, spoiler alert, 6 problem approved, and that's going to be an ongoing thing. You can comment in this thread and tell me what you think, and if you need something changed, let's talk about it. So this is much more collaborative than it used to be, just on RC-TNT.com, where I'm just posting the build and saying, hey, there you go, that's it. Here we can talk about it, and I'm just excited about that. I won't click into other stuff because this is a private forum, but you can see I've got categories for all the stuff here as well, and it's a decent little system, and this is moving forward how I'm going to sustain RC-TNT. I think I need to be viable somehow, and I thought, what's the best value way to do that for you guys? I want to make like an RC hub, so that's what I've done. Now that brought me to talking about the Cross RC PG4A. Next on my show and tell list, I've just realized I didn't put something back. Hang on. I've got more cars here than I'm going to be able to show you guys today. More stuff that hasn't had a video yet. And I did say nothing in this video will have been a sponsored thing. This one actually is, but it's waiting for a couple of things. A bunch of YouTubers had these, I don't know, 6 months ago, probably. This is one of the many engines. I remember Kevin Talbot did this a while ago. I've got all sorts of stuff in here. This company has sent me one of their engines. Their website is Vortraxe, V-O-R-T-R-A-X-E. And I will be doing a full build of this thing, but Banggood is also sending me another of the same engine. I've talked about it with them already. It's the FS L200 AC OT, and this comes in 2 variants. It comes in a petrol variant, and it comes in a nitro variant. I have the nitro variant. We've got little gaskets and stuff, little engine gaskets. I'm not going to dig through this much, but I just wanted to show you some of these parts because it's downright impressive. The presentation on this is up there with any of the nicest little sets that you'll get. It's just machined. The whole thing is just machined. See you, cold crawlers. It was really nice hanging out. Oh, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you. And Ian, you're joining. Good on you. How often do I do live? I'm recalibrating my life at the moment. I'm in the middle of some fairly significant changes. My plan has always been to do regular live streams. I'd like to do regular live streams. I haven't been able to, but I'm hoping that's going to change. At the moment, I can't promise that because there's a lot going on. But 2026 is the year where I'm going to start making moves towards what I've always wanted for this channel, which is more live streams, more regular cadence of videos. I wouldn't have this backlog of 30 plus models otherwise. So I'm very keen just to get back into that. What I wanted to show you, this is a full engine, right? I wanted to show you, look at this. Tell me how cool, tell me that isn't cool. We still got to, you got the rings, everything's just made. It's so nice. Little cams here, I think. Are they cams? Oh no, they're valve tops. They are. I can't. Oh, here we are. Have a go at this. So I'm going to do 2 things with this. I was thinking. I did notice that a while ago. Oh, thanks, Ian. It's good to have you here. And g'day, Oscar. Thanks for coming along. Oh, the V8 version, Mark. The V8 version of that thing looks amazing. There's a V12 version as well now, apparently. They are pricey, but then if you think about what you pay to get the thing, it's I guess it's clear what you're paying for, isn't it? But yeah, that's not cheap. It is certainly it's an expenditure decision. It's a keyed shaft as they are in the real thing. You've got a belt. See the splines on the end there. So these, and then we've got valves. So this is the nitro version, but the petrol version's a little different. I'm actually not sure if I'm getting the nitro or the petrol version from Banggood when they send it to me. They've been saying it's coming for over a year now, but they're having some shipping issue or something. my plan was, I'm going to build this engine, and again, isn't it just gorgeous? It's so nice. I'm going to build this onto this thing. Now I paid for this. This is an AliExpress or an Amazon thing. It's overpriced for what you get, but there's a reason I bought it. Well, two reasons actually. The main reason I bought it was because it gives me an interface with the engine that I don't need to worry about. It just works because there's the belt drive here, which is also a metal flywheel. I can't easily make that. I haven't got a lathe, and with a shifter, you can go between forward and reverse. I think. Is that right? I'm confusing myself now. What's going on? Oh no, it's just two-speed, low and high. Oh, I thought I had forward and reverse in this thing. I don't. So I kind of regret buying it. Anyway, really, I just wanted the weighted flywheel. And in hindsight, what I would have done is I would have just bought this this little transmission with that, because I can't easily fabricate that. And the rest of this cheap, because it's cheap and nasty. The rest of it, they're open disc, which is fine. The rest of it you can assemble from anything. Kev Talbot did the Cross RC PG48. It's that on this main camera here. It's that that fella there, big white thing. I've done a video on the PG4A some time ago, and I talked about Cross RC. The other option is to build it onto a platform like this, and just to have a little throttle. You can get little extras like this is the exhaust that has a. I haven't actually seen what the manifold looks like. I just know that there's danger to it when we're drag racing with it. Looking for something with the right spacing. I don't know yet. I'll work it out. In any case, there's that. There's also a little air filter you can get for it. Just some fun little extra bits and bobs. Get the right plugs because this is a nitro one. There's a different kind of air filter. I just thought I'd look at what's out there, what's commercially available right now for this kind of thing, and we'd have a play. You know, look at the chassis, look at the the pre-made bits, and see what we thought. So that's coming. I am waiting on Banggood. They've said that they're shipping another one of these, and they were first, so I've been waiting. But I've been waiting for a while now, so it is possible I'm just going to give up and build with this one instead. Anyway, the trials and tribulations of channel sponsorship. The journey continues. Alright, put him away. On to the next show and tell item. This needs a home. Now I need to keep checking this camera's still working. I think that shorter cable did the job. Okay, if you've just joined me, g'day. Luke, Luke, g'day Luke. I haven't seen you for a while. I am doing well, thank you. I hope you are too, mate, and hope your family's well as well. I like live stuff. This is fun, isn't it? Yeah, those little engines are cool. Oh, Andy Yates, g'day. Nice to see you, Andy. I have streamed with OBS before, but my main streaming machine where everything's set up, I've got it here, but its power supply went boomskis last night at like 11 o'clock. I've been going for an hour and a half, and it's only 8:30 a.m., so I had to scramble this morning. Right, if you're just joining me, I will give this away today. There's a video on the channel now for this guy. It's a little Amazon or AliExpress special 8x8 underneath with my own designed body on top. You might like it, you might hate it. It is subjective, and that's fine. I won't hold it against you. I'm still unsure, but it's a tray on top that opens, and then this opens. When it's shut, it's locked. I've also released this for download on the Shed, which is my membership, which is what this live stream is promoting. And you can download it here and print it yourself. And if you want to make some changes, there's a reply box. Tell me what you want, and I'll make it for you. I'm not offering a bespoke service here as part of membership, but I am saying let's collaborate. I'd like to do that. I go over this in detail. That video published last night ahead of this live stream. You can find that on the channel. And before I kill this live stream today, you don't have to stay online. But if you remember, we'll give this away using a random number generator based on your member number. Someone's getting this today, and it'll be my pleasure to give that away. Just letting you know. While we're talking about 8x8s, another thing from my show and tell list is the Terranaut, the Hobby Plus CR18P. It's still sealed in the box. Is there a video of my top short course truck? Ian asks. Yeah. No. I'm doing a short course roundup. Oh, sorry. Just let me park that for a sec. Someone asked, would I just have the optic or the what was the other one? I saw that pop up before and I meant to say it and I forgot. Whoever it was, if you're still here, ask me again because then I'll know that you're still here and I'll answer that. Short course is coming. I've done all the reviews now. I don't think I have any outstanding short course trucks. No, we don't. So what I've been doing since my last short course truck video is I'm driving everything again. I'm trying to put several packs through each of them, and this is, we've got to have $15,000 or $18,000 in short course trucks here. It's taking me a while, but I'm making notes. I'm basically I'm trying to get 2 or 3 thoughts about it that I like, and 2 or 3 thoughts about it that I don't like, and anything else that occurs to me when I'm driving it, any breakages I've had. I'm going to take all that information and put it together. So the short course roundup is coming. I just haven't done it yet. Scaleworks, thanks for hanging out. You're going to go made in a new boat. Do it while the sun shines, mate. And if I'm still here when you come back, great. If not, have fun. So yeah, the short course roundup is coming. There are videos for every short course truck I've done on the channel. When you say best, it really depends what you mean by best. What's the best short course truck? Look, if your budget is low and you want new, your best short course truck genuinely could be one of these guys. Like, it doesn't have to be like the most ball-tearing, fire-breathing machine. Like, these guys actually, I liked both of them. I'll just make sure they're both getting camera. There we go. I liked both of these. There's nothing wrong with small stuff. It's more, what do you want it for, you know? Which is why when I do the roundup, it's not going to be what's the best short course. It's going to be, I might come up with a few purposes and say what's the best for this, what's the best for that. We can talk about that. But otherwise, I mean, you might be wondering about this versus this, you know? The purpose of my video will be to help you make sense of that. So it's a lot of work, but it is coming. If you guys want to see some excavator stuff in this live stream before I'm done today, let me know. My intention today is to show some stuff I haven't showed before. Videos are coming for all of them, and I'm just in the middle of recalibrating my life. So, Asmo, thank you so much for that. Thanks for your videos. They convinced me to build a custom low center of gravity rig over an Ascent Fusion. Oh, I remember the conversation we had about that. 2 FMS trail trucks, and you've just ordered an SBK carbon as well. Brilliant. Have fun. The Stormbreaker is a heck of a car, isn't it? Yeah, I like that buggy. It's very good. They've got an 8 scale, and it's coming out as a kit as well soon too, which is exciting. This is a what? It's a BS series radio. So the FlySky BS series of radios we use in all sorts of stuff. That's a great little system. I'm not going to go too in depth on this today because this is going to get its own video soon. But to give you a comparison of size, there's a winch on the back. For those of you that have been watching for a while, you know, because I say it, I don't watch videos about anything before I do the reviews. I don't want to know. I would just want to look at it my way. I don't want to be biased by it. I just want to have my own opinion. Do you know what? I think this weighs slightly less than this. That's no downer on this thing. This is brass everything. It's a heavy little thing. The one we're giving away to members today. But lining up, let's say line up the back, just the backmost axle as your size comparison. Oh, thanks, RC boy. I appreciate that. The FJ40 is coming. Don't worry, EMGP. I haven't forgotten. I did forget, but it's next to my feet, so I can't miss it. I'll do it next. Right, sizes now. What's underneath? Both of these are using pass-through axles, but the big difference is These are using the traditional pass-through axle style, which has the planetary gear, and it's got a little pinion on each side, which is why you're getting different directions here on the shafts. Is that visible? I'd love to zoom this second camera more, but I can't. This guy has worm gears because it's an SCX24. So although it's using pass-throughs, it's basically the shaft goes through. It's got the worm gear on it, but it's still the one-piece shaft. So that's still plenty strong. This isn't as strong, being like this, and being that they're plastic. A larger scale vehicle needs to have really stout housing on it. I actually talked about this in the recent big Rolalo video, the big HY6. That had an entirely different pass-through thing I've never seen. The Cross RC stuff I have here, they have a floating. They've got like a floating. They've got two shafts, and one of them has a bearing, a carrier that sits on top of the diff, and it carries that shaft across. So it still pivots, but it's not. It's separate to that diff. This is the more lazy or the more traditional pass-through. It's the easier way to manufacture it, but the weakness is in this pinion here and that pinion there, because they're both they're taking everything. These two shafts as well. They're basically these plastic universals, and these pinions are taking the full torque. Pardon me. That's going to 4 axles, like 2 axles each. That's a lot to ask from a small pinion. Oh, thanks, Mike, for joining as well. But just so you guys know that are joining, once this founding membership is closed, because it's only a limited time, I'm going to close this membership. It was going to be this Sunday, but I'll probably keep it open. I might extend it just possibly just 2 more days, because I'm suddenly no longer available this weekend. I want to be around when I close it off. We will probably keep this open a little bit longer, but only, I think, Tuesday in my wee hours of Tuesday or Wednesday at the very latest. I'll probably close it then. I'm then going to close it and then keep building stuff out. There's a lot to do. But what that also means is for the channel members, I'm going to simplify that once this is done, and I'm just going to have one subscription. So I've got a bunch of people paying generously, I think 7 and 10 Australian dollars, and they get to see the videos early. I'm actually going to scrub those, and I'm just going to have a single level. It'll be the RTR level. I'll rename it. It'll just be the single member one. It'll just be the 4 Aussie dollars, and that'll get your name on the video, and it'll get your early access to the videos. It's the best way I can think of to keep supporting RC-TNT, because I need to make this work somehow long term, and I'd love to keep doing it. And I figure we can. I just don't want to arbitrarily charge money and not deliver stuff. It's worried me for a while, the channel thing. So that's why I've gone and built the shed here, and I'm doing quite a bit in here to make it useful to you guys. The main thing is you have access to me. You can actually ask me stuff. So I do ask. I've got a video requests thread here. I won't open it because again it's a private forum, but there's a request for March, and I will open it, but I'll just show the top if I can get to it. Forgive me, members, if I showed anything I didn't mean to. What I wanted to show was, here we are. I list a bunch of the stuff that's coming, a bunch of the stuff that I've been thinking about doing. I also tell you a bit of the stuff that's coming in February, and then we talk about it. You know, what do you want to see? What do you like the sound of? What can I answer for you? This is the purpose. I want more collaboration. That's the point of this. It's better than just a Patreon thing where you get a name on the video or whatever, which is fine. And we all need to survive doing this stuff, but I just want to deliver on value. So that's what I'm trying to do. So back to downloads. This is really the relevant one today. You can download this, but I'm also going to give this truck away. You don't have to be on this live stream. I don't know how long I'm going to ramble today, but it'll be well, one of you guys, shed members, will own this today. Right, let's come back to the video and have a quick look at this. We're not going to go in depth. We've got a lot of cars to get through. So it's a 4-wheel steering, servo on axle. It doesn't weigh a heck of a lot. Let's have a look. It probably has published specs. I haven't done my research for this fella yet, so we're just going to go seat of our pants. That's me trying to fake sounding professional. I usually go seat of my pants, honestly, for this stuff. 0.95 kilos, so 950 grams, or 2.1 pounds. Doesn't weigh much at all. Just for my curiosity, no batteries in either of these now. What's this fella weigh? Oh, I was just thinking I don't want to drop it. Oh, duh, I've got a hook for it. Okay, I don't got a hook for it. There we go. 1.3 pounds. Now I know you're not 0.6 kilos. What's going on there? I'm so confused. Something's not right here. Oh, okay, we got to tear it up. Hang on. There we go. I might need to do that again. Sorry, guys. If I was pre-recording this stuff, I'd cut that out and you wouldn't have to put up with my incompetence. It says 0.675 kilos, let's say. 1.45 pounds. No, I don't trust this. Hang on. Something's gone a little bit odd here. Sorry. Might be the slowest part of the live stream. That's better. That's what I was expecting. 1.85 pounds. There you go. And 0.8. All right, I've just diagnosed it. It'll be the battery going flat. I'm not trusting it. Look, let's just go by. We use the meat scale. This feels a little bit heavier than this. That's all I was trying to say. I was just curious. 67 Daffy. I'm opening a new box this morning. What do you got? Oh, it was this, wasn't it? You said you had that. Did I see the Rolalo MK07V2? No, I didn't. I didn't know they had that. I have tried J Concept crawler tires. Thank you, Johan. I've got them on several cars, and I have tried them. One of the suggestions in the suggestions thread in the shed was do another tire roundup. Give me a more recent one. I'm happy to do that. Right, so we've got a built-in winch, which is pretty sweet, and the motor sits in there, and I quite like this. So, kingpin goes through, and it's locked. That's not bad, is it? We've got, we've got a CNC LU chassis. We've got a little, is that a 280 motor? Is that right? I'm doubting myself now. I don't know what the motor is, but it's a little brush unit in there. This being all plastic, one of you guys said this, it needs more weight down below. Ian said that. Yes, you're right, Ian. I agree. The easiest way to do that is probably going to be with heavy wheels. I don't always recommend that. What have we got here? Are they 1.3s? Yeah. 1.3, even possibly 1.4 inch wheels. So if you get like the 1.3 weighted beadlocks, if nothing else, that's going to be a quick way to get weight done. What I like about this though, and where you can tell some of the money's gone, although the wires are actually getting in the way of articulation. Hang on. This one doesn't cycle as easily as this one. I would therefore back off the preload. They've got a lot of preload on all of them. They've got 4/5 or more preload. I'd say there's a lot of preload there. It's too stiff. I'd if you get this thing, back off the preload on these springs. It's soft, but it's too stiff. But these have adjustable things as well, but the springs are way too stiff. It's already way too stiff. And in the video that I published yesterday, what you don't see a lot of is this as it goes over stuff, because it doesn't articulate that easily. So if you get this, buy this, whatever, the one thing I would probably suggest doing is changing these springs. Get a lighter spring. That would be my friendly recommendation. That's enough on the Terranaut. We'll get into its features. We'll see what opens and how it opens and stuff on the review. Look, it seems like a solid unit. It certainly isn't cheap. I bought this one. But yeah, nice enough. And I like that it's got the flashing lights on top too. RC Boy is in the middle of upgrading an LC80 to FOC, and hopefully the MIUS You said MUEZ axles. Do you mean me, us? Just need info on the axles. What info do you need on the axles? G'day GRRFY, Groofy. You got a little hobby plus spec there yesterday to have some fun with some mates. Not usually to race buggies. I bet it's a quick little thing. I just looked at the Reflex 14B earlier. If you watch the replay later, you'll see it. Just gonna put this thing back in the reverse order that it came out. And we'll move on to the next one. I haven't done a show and tell like this before. It's actually kind of fun. Talking about crawler tires, have I checked out the Lamprey? Micah, you're going to like my next video on the Coyote. I'll say that. I have a couple of sets of Lampreys, and I was among the first in Australia to get a set, and then I didn't do anything with them for ages. I'll show you. This video is coming soon. It's already up on the channel for channel members to see, but it'll publish next weekend. This is the Coyote, and I've rejigged it. You'll see that, well, there's quite a lot of articulation in this thing now. Like, quite a lot. It is running Lamprey tires. It is not running foams. It's running silicon inners. And I talk all about this in the video, so I'm spending all of 20 seconds on this, but it's been upgraded to comp spec because I'm considering running this. There we go, running this instead of my my VRD carbon this season. And I've done a test with it, talked about it, shown it off on camera, and that video is coming next weekend. It's up on the channel for members, as I say. Yeah, look, Lampreys are very good. I've long wanted to test them, and I can give a very good report. I didn't like how they worked with single stage foams that I had when I tried them previously. That was just the Proline 4.75 single stage. But yeah, silicon, very, very nice. One sec. Alright, we'll stick that back later. Now, I am thirsty. Give me half a sec, guys. We'll have a quick read. What are my favorite tires if I had to choose? Ian, you're asking me a question that has many answers. My favorite tires for scale 1 cars, until this year when we just changed the rules. Thanks Pete for spearheading that. It was trenches, Proline trenches, Predator compound, 4.19 size, and single stage Proline foams that are too fat for the tires. And if you're running a heavy car, they're really, really good. But we're going for realism, which means trenches are out. So I now need to find different tires. And you can't run Hyrax, you can't run... it needs to be something that would be road legal. That's the requirement. The BF Goodrich crawlers, I think you'd probably get away with. And that's probably what I'm going to go to. I want to have a look at that trade again. We won't get too off topic here, but I've probably got them on something here. I can't see them. Another one would be the Falcon Wild Peaks. I think that was right. Ruptures, I also have I got Ruptures here? I think I have, and I also like Pitbulls as well. Although there are 2 compounds, and one of them it just doesn't work for me. It really depends on the kind of rock that you've got. I will say across all the tires, a really good result I've had with competition crawling is going to these silicon inners. I've tried a bunch of different foams. I've made my own. I've tried printing stuff in TPU with some success. But the Proline green, like the soft ones, are far and away, I think possibly without exception, the best inners I've had for tires at all. Right. Now, RC Boy was asking me, Mias Racing, cheat code for Capra. I'm going to need to make some assumptions here, guys. Give me half a second. We're going to have a quick look at that because I don't know. Mias cheat code Capra axles. What was the car it was for again? Sorry, I've got a few things. Oh, and Enduro Mavericks look like J Concept Grand Performance. The difference is Nasmo with different tires is that Enduro makes a bunch of tires with a bunch of interesting treads, but their compounds, even their most recent Super Sticky or whatever the SS8 thing was, they're good, but they're not as good yet as some of what the other companies are doing. What I'm just quickly looking for is what the car was. RC boy, RC boy. LC80. Okay, all right. So we're talking about this thing, and we're talking about running. You want to put Capra axles under the LC80. Customer's always right in the question of taste. No comment. Your main problem? Do I have? I don't think I have. I'm just going to have to grab a rig with Capra axles. Hang on. Given that they're Capra axles, it doesn't really matter whether they're aftermarket or plastic. Capra axles are Capra axles as far as size goes, right? The biggest challenge you're going to have is width. You're going to need some fairly offset tires and really short hubs. You guys can see that? Hang on. Sorry. There. I need more light. Hang on. I agree with Nasmo. Get the K5 Blazer axles direct fit. I agree. That's good. We got enough. I'm just trying to. I'm not doing a good job here, and this is paltry light. The problem is that the tires are going to be too wide. You're going to have a track issue. I've got no room to walk. Hang on. Let me put this back. Okay, so your main problem is going to be track. If you fit these to your LC80, you're going to have a track problem. The tires are going to poke out the side. Will it perform better? Yeah, you bet it will. But I don't know that I'd do it. Look, you buy a crawler, you want it to look good, right? And if you buy a scale crawler, you want it to look nice. You're going to probably care more about doing little things that don't add to the performance of the thing, rather than, you know what I just realized I should do? I'm just going to move my big stupid face across the other side. Hang on. I just made a mess of things. Sorry guys, face. I just realized I'm hiding a lot of stuff unintentionally. Is that? I don't know if that's better or not. Oh, I know what I should do. Hide the monitor. That makes the most sense. Now we're not wasting space. There we go. Yeah, that's better. All right. Yeah, you don't want the tires outside the arches. Exactly. So you're going to need some really deep dish wheels, right? So your standard wheels, the hub's here, and this is the wheel. What you're going to need, let me line this up. You're going to need one that has the hub way inside there, because that's going to bring, under the wheel arch, it's going to bring it, this is hard doing this in reverse, it's going to bring the wheel in like that. It could be doable with Capra axles, plus adding flares, some kind of flares. You could probably take these ABS plastic, let's have a look. You could take these these plastic flares off that actually don't look quite right anyway to my eye, having owned 80 series Land Cruisers, and put something a little bit wider. But look, even the default, even the stockers are they're outside the body. You see that? So I really wouldn't recommend going wider. Now, if you want some weighted axles, I got the answer for you. I got two answers for you actually. We'll do this real quick. No flares, looks so good. Oh, that's on the K5, right? Yes, I agree. No flares on the K5. I agree. But on the 80 series, they're designed for flares, and to my, you know, my taste, which doesn't mean it has to be your taste, I think that looks pretty good. So let me show you. You've got two options, okay? The first is this BRX-70 Portal axles. Different keyboard. That. They don't have to be portals. They come in straight as well, by the way. That will get you, even with some fat wheels, big hubs, that gives you the most flexibility. Now that is, that's the same axles that are underneath the BRX-01, wherever it is. So no, let me have a look. Hang on. Boom racing axles come in the BRX 70, 80, and 90 based on width. They also come in a straight axle configuration. I'm not doing a great job here, sorry. Oh, geez, I've got the wrong thing open. There we go. All right, and then we're just going to go ba-dum, ba-dum. All right, there we go. They come in straight axles. All right, that's a 70 with straight axles, and we're getting a bit busy here, but that's a 90 next to it. Sorry, this poor old LC40 has been very patient with me. I'm just going to stack them so I can show you. All right, here we go. We're getting there. Problem is everything's heavy, and I'm trying to stretch. There you go. All right, so you've got the BRX-70 on top, BRX-90 on the bottom. These are portals, and these are straight. These come in 70, 80, and 90 in portal and straight axles. So get your ruler out, have a measure, and let's just put this underneath for a second, see. So you get the 70s if you had really wide wheels. I'm sorry the light's not very good, but these get it right under the body, and even if you had like bigger hubs, you could run the 70. The 80's probably safe, the 90's probably too wide. It's finally starting to warm up in here. So that would be my advice. If you want to spend some money on nice axles, have a look at those. I'd love to give you an affiliate link because that'll give me a few bucks in my pocket at no extra cost to you. I can't do that here, but I can do that on the video that's coming. Doesn't matter. Check out the BRX-90, BRX-70 or 80. Measure them, see what you think, straight or portals. Another issue using axles, other axles, is the unusual steering servo orientation. That's exactly right. That's a good point. You can get servo on axle mounts for those. There's a cheaper, again, axle type actually, and that is, I think it's KYXC. Is that right? C axle, KYX model. There you go. These are Capra, but they also have an AR45. Yeah, them. That's what you want. These also do servo on axle. Crikey, they're not cheap though. Well, that's the same money as Meos, so never mind. Blimey. Right, that's enough on that. 70, you can run a wider wheel, exactly right, or even just bigger hubs. So 70 is safe. 80 probably will work as well, and I think 80 will get you close. Also look, and you can get this on asiatees.com. Also look at their servo mount, servo on axle mount, because this does run servo on axle, and if you don't do that, you're going to need to lose a link and make a pound hard mount. It's all doable. How much work do you want? How much realism do you want? This one hasn't seen the light of day. Moving on. I didn't do a video. Instead, I got my tools out, and well, I made some changes. I probably shouldn't have, but this was this car's been done a bunch. I've got all the FMS cars here, and I haven't got around to the videos. But I replaced it with a Fusion, gave it a better steering servo. I still need to put wheel arches in there, but I'll do that. We've got a winch on the front, and I'm running I think it was a BS series. No, I'm using my my Noble radio, and I'm using the DAS micro receiver because they're cheaper. But this car, if you guys haven't seen this car yet, it's so nice, like so nice. Everything opens from memory. Does it open? Yes, it does. I'm sure it does. Oh yeah, the door handles. I'm going to break something here. I'm doing something wrong. There we go. It's just stiff because it's new. Any little dollies, scale drivers you put in here will have a comfortable time. They're padded seats. Well, it's stretched material over the seats. But I did something else with this car because I couldn't abide having coilovers under this car. They never came with coils. That's a leaf sprung old bus, this thing. So I put leaves under it. And I went cheap too. I used the AliExpress or Amazon type stuff. I do think these blue ones look pretty good, yeah. I'm running Geolander MT Yokos. They're 4.75 wheel, and they're just a single stage foam, and they're using like I think a 6mm hub. I kept it thin. I was really trying for full tire coverage, and we got there. We got full tire coverage, right? The original thing it came with was a Hyrax looking thing. I just didn't like it. So the other thing I did was also to stick these bead locks on, and they're metal. They're lightweight, but they're metal. And now I'm pretty happy with it. The back of this thing opens too. It's absolutely stunning. This picks up, and this is a barn door type arrangement. There you go. With seats, incidentally, that fold up if you want. I won't. Stuff folds down and up. It's all hinged. It's such a snazzy interior, this. There you go. One seat's folded up, the other one I've kept down. I've got a fridge esky thing in there, and a poor man's swag. It's a stunning car, this. So now it's set up the way it should be, with leaves. Totally doable. I didn't use anything official from memory. If I don't get to a video on this, I'll tell you right now, I found some cheap shocks. I might even have used the ones that it came with, and I removed the springs. I definitely did that in the front. I might have just found something even cheaper again, and I bolted them onto the chassis. I hope you guys can see this. I'm sorry it's low resolution. And I kept the two upper links kind of to function as anti-wrap bars. I didn't put the leaves underneath the axle. I would have liked to, but I just couldn't make it work with this. I think FMS does have this must be an FMS kit. I don't remember, I'm sorry, but the U-bolts are just really tidy. Anyway, it's pretty soft, you know, it's still got plenty of it'd be a rough ride in there, which means it's a scale model, right? I mean, these weren't comfortable cars to ride in anyway. They're bouncy things. But the interior, it's worth riding home about. Like it's there you go. Have a look at that. Sorry the lighting's not great. It's so pretty in there. I wish I had better light for you, but isn't that pretty, eh? So this is a lovely vehicle. I owe it a proper drive. I'm looking forward to it. And 2026 is the year we're making some changes. We're going to do more live streams, I hope. And I'll get back out there socially and actually see some people. That'll be good. Now, this has a home. I don't know where its home is. Let's do some more crawlers. While I do the next crawler, let me just have a quick drink and I'll talk to you guys. I'll have a quick catch up on chat as well. You put 80mm SE8 shocks on your Coyote. I also added front quarter weight, and you'll see in my video, Skyworks, that I put the 291 gram brass. It's too much. It needs less. But I agree, some is good. K5 axles, I agree, would be good under the LC80. Nasmo asks, reverse the motor directional, get a Fusion SE. Yes, that's fine. Brushed is actually fine. But Fusion SE, if you've got the budget for it, you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. Get a Fusion SE. Get the 1800 kV for the LC80 would be my suggestion. We talked about steering already. Did a quick check on the SX10 Pro. Those axles should be a good option for the LC80, and I have them spare now that I've done the portal upgrade. Oh, yeah, you could do that too. No dolls. It's a funny thing, scale drivers. Some people really want them, some people really don't. Okay, for those of you that have joined, it's been a while since I've been on. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have all chat showing. I need all messages showing. I'm sorry, guys. I'm missing some of your messages. Sorry about that. I can't even tell who's live right now because I haven't. This is not my live streaming computer that blew up last night, and I've had to scramble because I started this at 7 a.m. For those of you that are just joining, this will be a quick interlude, and then we're going to get to some more crawlers. I've just released a video for this little guy, SEX24 based 8-wheel drive with a custom body that I designed. I show this thing off in the video. It's been published. If you like the look of it, I'm going to give it to you. If you're a Shed member, during this live stream or before, basically, I'm going to every member gets an entry. So if you're a member of the Shed, rctnt.com/join the Shed, you'll find it in the description of this video. It is this new little community that I've been growing, and if you look in the first few minutes of this live stream, after I finish faffing about trying to work out that if I'm live or not, you'll be able to find everything in here. I'm going to do a list of members when I'm ready to do this live stream, and then we'll give this thing away. Let me just pop this back to the downloads because that's going to come up and I'm going to need it. And there we go. And I've also just listed my 6 problem approved competition chassis. That's now live in the membership. You can grab that right now, and I'm going to keep iterating on that. 3 different chassis variants. We talked about that earlier in the live stream, so you can check that out. Right, let's get on to the next crawler. And someone just asked about the FCX10 Camel Upgrade Fusion Pro. How about the lights? The first reply to that is it's too fast with the Pro, and I must agree. Here's another one that hasn't seen a camera yet. I don't know whether to be embarrassed or just to laugh about it, but I've got pretty much everything FMS has made, and I haven't done videos for almost any of it. Sorry, FMS. I mean, I bought it. I don't have to, but I wanted to. I'm just busy. This comes in a few flavors, just like the smaller ones, and I had a nice chat with a guy called Robert about this just the other day. He emailed me about it, and well, we had a bit of a discussion about it. This is not a performance-oriented car. This is also not for sale in Australia, Robert tells me, purely because of Camel, which is a cigarette company, and we have, sorry, I'm looking at the camera and it's not live. Sorry, guys. We have laws in Australia, no promotion around tobacco products. So that's why this isn't in Australia, but you can still import it, no problems, from the likes of AliExpress, Asia Teas, probably Amazon sellers. I took my glasses off. I don't know why I did that because now I can't see anything. Right, this is not a performer out of the box, and I say this for one good reason. These tyres are about as useful as the ones that came on the poor old DC1 from MST. The tyres themselves could be fine, but the problem is the foams are just entirely too soft. That's just about useless. Keep the tyres, check them too, because I also noticed, like on mine, the let me see here. Which side was it? I think it was this side. They're bead locks, but the tyres aren't actually in properly. They need to be. Oh, hang on, are they bead locks? Or are they just glued? Now I'm not sure. No, they're bead locks. They just checking for installation, because you can see they're not clamped properly there. There we go. So this one's coming out, and so the cruddy foam in there needs to be replaced. So you got to pull them apart anyway. It's otherwise. This is otherwise an FCX10. Underneath, it's the same. It's going to be similar to your LC80. Can we undo this? Come on. I was trying to turn something that doesn't turn. Oh, I used the little thing that they include. This was a little bonus they included, a little front spring, but you can't pull the body off without detaching this. I think that's a little silly. Right, light kit magnetically attaches, and now they've included a spring. I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be so loose, but I could be wrong. Yep, it is meant to be that loose. All right, fine. That's good. That helps you get the body on and off. That's where okay, yeah, we are. That's a decent little thing. That quite nice. Doesn't weigh a heck of a lot. Looks great. I just tried to add some bling to the top, but I think this 50-degree summer heat in here has detached some of that. Full light kit though. FMS is doing a great job. Now underneath, the main difference is going to be the wheels. and the bumpers. Everything's changeable, and the Defender version of this will be a bit different. I think if you buy this thing, run it, enjoy it, that's great. The only thing really you're going to want to change immediately, not even immediately, but change it soon, would be the tires. Now, if you want to do this on a budget, my tip would be you can pull out the foams, get a strip of closed cell foam, right? And you can cut strips that are the width of the wheel, cut them just long enough so that they can go around the wheel. Get foam that's like, I don't know, some variant of that thickness. And you put double-sided tape on the inside of the foam and stick them to the wheel. Then put this foam in the outside of this wheel and just fit it back on. And then your tires, instead of being that squishy, they'll only be that squishy. They'll still be too soft, but now they're going to have some body, and they won't be able to do that and ride on the rim anymore. Now they're just going to be able to do that. And you'll transform the performance of the thing for the cost of whatever the junk foam is that you might have lying around. Closed cell is not as nice to work with as open cell. And I just realized I need to stop saying anything to do with that because I couldn't tell you the difference, but I just know that closed cell is the one I use, and I have used it before, but it just needs a firmer bottom layer. If you can get a smaller silicon inner for it, do that, but yeah, otherwise just get that little line of foam on the inside, even if you change nothing else, and this car will run a lot better. MM7Wob says the first thing to do is to grease the drivetrain and plug up the hole in the axles to keep grinding the paste out. That's fair. I'll show you about that. I talked with Robert about this too and gave him an idea, and it occurred to me later to say something more simple. These axles are the same axles as the diff-lockable axles, but they're just fully locked. But they have a hole in there for the actuator cable to go in. The best way to block that is to get a grub screw and just screw it in. It'll be an M2.5 grub screw, and you just need like a 4mm one, and that'll plug the hole. Problem solved. If you don't have the grub screws, even a standard, I think it's M2.5 screw will just go in, whatever you got. It's the same as what's commonly on these things. You can do that up, it just won't look as scale. Failing that, even just a little roll of blue tack will do the job. Grease, look, people say grease, right? But here's the thing. I see ball bearings here on the shafts. They're shielded, but they're not sealed. Ball bearings come in a few flavors, right? Shielded puts a metal ring around the ball bearings in the grease pack. Shielded puts a rubber seal around it, and then there are different kinds of rubber seals, and the more expensive you go, you get ceramic stuff, you get better seals, blah blah blah. These are just shielded. They keep dust out kind of sort of, but once you run through water, water's gone straight through shielded bearings anyway. There are a few schools of thought on grease. We need to put that away too. All right. First school of thought is it doesn't really matter in a crawler. I tend to ascribe to that one as well. I don't think you really need to worry about grease much in crawlers. They just need a lick of it. That's it. I put about as much grease on my diffs as I put toothpaste on my toothbrush. If you're going to go submarining regularly and you're not going to replace your bearings, good luck. It absolutely is doable, but it happens whether it's a cheap car or an expensive car. Run through water without drying them out and stuff seizes eventually. It just does. Crawlers are low speed, so you haven't got that high speed demand on the drivetrain. So as opposed to, speeding around with anything, this has been completely soaked. Can you see that? The Rolalo D12, the desert truck, that's going to have some bearing issues potentially. It actually hasn't yet, but it happens. You could pack it with grease, and if you're asking what kind of grease, I'd say Molly grease. I use Penrite Molly grease. It's like a marine grease. That's an Australian mob. It doesn't really matter the brand, just Molly grease. Some people fill the diff casings entirely, which is fine. It just makes maintenance a pain in the butt. Really the best upgrade I would say would be to put your toothpaste amount of grease on the thing. That's great. But then change those bearings. Get a bearing set from whomever. If you can't find a kit for these cars, what you do is you get calipers Even these cheap $2 jobs, right? You get the bearing out. Pretend this is a bearing, right? You measure the outer diameter of the bearing. You write that down. Measure the inner diameter of the bearing. You write that down too. Then you measure the thickness of the bearing. You write that down. And that's where the 3 numbers come from bearings. And you want sealed bearings that are those dimensions for the diffs. So you've got on the axle, if this is the axle with the wheels here and the pinion comes out here, you need a bearing here, one on the inside, one in here, and one on the outside. So it's 2, 4, 6 bearings you'll need, and possibly 7, 8 for the spool on the inside. If you're going to pack that thing with moly grease, which is absolutely fine if you're going to do a lot of wet running, you don't have to replace those inner guys if you're packing it with moly grease. If you're not going to do that, or even if you are a completionist, then get those as well. That means 8 bearings per axle. And that's why when you buy like Fast Eddie or Plague packs or whatever bearing sets for whatever car, sealed, not shielded if you're going to run wet. That's my 2 cents on that. Now before we get to the next car, I'm having a quick sip and I'm just going to have a read. What time is it? We've been going for more than 2 hours now. How about that? Non-emulsifying grease, black chain wax. That's not a bad idea. I like that. Oil light bushings. Now MM7WOB _ booze dash modular. I'm going to call you Bob. Hope that's all right. What Bob says is oil light bushings, and bushings is such a good answer. Bushings are a lousy answer for fast cars, but they're a really good answer for crawlers, actually. It's almost what you'd call an upgrade because it's not a moving part, it's just a ring. And the shaft runs through the ring, and it's not coated, it's the kind of metal that it is, but it's a slippery kind of thing. Put a bit of grease in there, happy days, you'll never have to pull them apart. Ian, I'm not complaining about the heat. I ain't complaining about the heat. I'm glad you've had some rain. I'm sorry you've had some floods by the sound of it. Plenty of flooding here too. 2RS bearings tuck staying says, rubber seal both sides. When I say sealed bearings, I mean get bearings with rubber seals on both sides, and I don't think I've got any that have rubber seals on just one side. There are a bunch of manufacturers, but I agree with the sentiment. Just get decent seal bearings would be my recommendation. Where do I sit on mini crawlers SCX30? I sit on a bench, and the bench says ignorance. I hear they're good. There's been some discussion in the shed about that, and you'll probably... Oh, I've got to be careful where I click my mouse. Hang on. Oh, actually, I can't show you because it's a private forum, and I don't want to betray that trust. There's some discussion about the SCX30. It's apparently a much more refined platform than the SCX24. I generally try to learn nothing until I get to a car I'm going to review, but look, I just am unlikely to get to the SCX30. I've got too many cars. Speaking of, let's do the next car, shall we? Just move some stuff out of the way. Actually, let's do a quick one first. 2025 was the year of rally. This video is one that's coming soon. If some of you guys want to see an excavator, please just throw it in the chat. I'd like to know. I'll show you something and talk about it if there's interest, and if there's not, that's okay. This is the 70, sorry, the what do you call it? The 7303. There's a 7304 as well. I've recently done an upgrade on this thing. It was actually quite fun as it was, but yeah, it could use more kick, a bit more punch. So I've put a rocket system in here. We are now running some big old thing. It's a 4292, 1780 kV. I put a big opinion on it as well. This is going to be a bit of a ball terror. Z have sponsored this. They've sent me this big boy. That's my suggestion. This battery. They offered some other new thing, but I said no. Send me this. This is a 6,000 milliamp hour 6S. That's a big battery. But this is a big battery case. Now I've also made some changes here. You'll see I've got plenty of hook and loop. This is a temporary camera situation, guys. I'm sorry it's not particularly clear. Now with this combination, man, we can even go bigger again. This is how much space is in this battery tray. Like it's still got room to move. What we're going to need is also a loop on one of these two XT90s so that it closes that, so it just becomes a straight wire, and that's going to be what we run. So I won't strap it in properly now, but that's going to go in there, and we're going to run this thing on 6S sometime soon, and well, that'll be brought to you by Z. I paid for the rocket system, but yeah, I think this thing's made for some better speed, so I would be sad to not give it that better speed. SKF industrial machine bearings are not too expensive for fast cars, and I agree. Fast cars are a big difference. When I say bushings are good, I do mean for crawlers, for wet running. Fast cars are a difficult engineering problem because you've got a lot of high speed, and so if you get muddy water inside ball races, inside the bearings, you basically have high speed degradation. You get flat spots before you know it, you'll be seizing in no time. So getting a good seal matters. Nothing's impervious to water always, talking about wet running, but there's a big difference between a decent bearing in a car like a crawler we were just looking at, and in something like this now it's an absolute speed machine with some mass, you know. So you got to think about that before you invest. You don't have to go and buy the latest and greatest. You just need to consider an upgrade depending on how you're going to drive it. That would be my thinking. All right. Now, I put an invitation out for excavators. Defo the best rally car 2025 even against the XTS10. Yeah, I agree. The 7303 and 04, brilliant cars, and it's the size that makes the difference. That's what makes them good. I was going to pull out a crawler, and I will. We're getting past time here, so what we're going to do is I'll mention I've just got this. I won't unbox it now. I still have one more rally car to do. This was the cheapest of the larger rally cars I've got. This is a 1/8 scale, and I've got the blue fella. Now this, yeah, we've been talking about cheaper cars. It's a brushless system. That's all I'll say about it because I actually don't know anything about it. But I saw it was cheap, so I thought, you know what, like cheap relatively to the other cars of this size. I thought let's have a look at that too. So that's coming. Then we can do a roundup. I'm gonna have some cleaning up after this, aren't I? Also coming is this fella. Now, there's a lot of noise made about the FMS Bronco Ford 100, whatever the desert truck was. It's the same vehicle, I understand, as this with different trim. And the excavator, by the way, I've got every linear actuator powered excavator from the cheapies all the way up to stuff that cost over $1,000 Australian dollars. Two of them are under this bench right now. I'm planning on doing a roundup. We've done a hydraulic conversion of the 1580. I'm going to do a hydraulic conversion of the 1599 as well, which is Wiener's best linear actuator model. But we've got to look at it in its stock form first. And also I've got the big 151 kilogram orange one. It's like Phil's, Tommy's one. It's about 6 months older, but it's just been sitting here for ages. This is the same trailing arm setup as on the FMS. I understand it's the same truck. It needs to be shown soon. We need to drive it soon. This is also similar to the Cross RC Tiger Shark. And he's a little smaller than Tiger Shark, but not much at all. Like we're talking barely smaller. And a much more, well, Cross RC type interior really. It's actually pretty sweet in there. There's a lot going on underneath this thing. Battery lives inside this storage thing, fuel cell, whatever you call it. And yeah, this is an absolute tank of a thing. The obvious difference, two obvious differences are, this guy has limiters. This guy doesn't. It also has sway bars. This guy doesn't. But this guy has an unlockable and lockable rear diff, which is pretty kick-ass. But the other, well, the thing they have in common is that they're both IFS. Now this has got its own video on the channel already. Just look for Cross RC Tiger Shark. I don't remember what it was. Oh, UT4 Pro, that's what it was. These are certainly fun. I need to make time to do them. So you'll find that on the channel. But yeah, this beautiful, absolutely beautiful, stunning car. It's gone up in price since it first came out, but it still can be had on AliExpress with discounts during their sales for, I think, something like 700 US. Sorry, 700 Australian. So that's much less US delivered. It's still an amazing deal compared to many other big cars, and it's got a lot of things going for it. It's a solid looking thing. How's it going to stand up? Don't know. Oh, I just chunked some skin out of my wrist on it. But it's certainly a looker, that is for sure. Right, that's enough on that one. Just a sec. This is not going well. Oh dear. Alright, I'm going to show you guys, we're going to do an excavator and 2 more crawlers, and then I'm going to do a draw for this fella. Sorry, I'm just putting away some stuff so I don't lose it later for upcoming videos. Okie dokie. If you're not a member of the shed yet, now's your chance if you want to have a chance to win this. It's not a contract, it's month by month. My aim is to draw you in with something nice and then have you stick around once you get involved with the community. It's a lovely community. We've already got a bunch of nice guys there. Yes, that cross RC would be great for tinkering, I agree. I already have shared the body for this 8x8 and it's available to download right here in the membership, and moving forward that's how I'm going to release my builds. But the forums here are waiting for you. This is a founding members launch, and after this closes in a few more days, that price will be locked in forever for anyone who joins. And when I open properly, when I've got everything running, when it's more built out, the price will be higher. But this is to help me launch the thing, which is also the reason for this live stream. So it's rctnt.com/join the shed. It's in the description of this live stream, and I warmly invite you to come and join. I just realized I've been looking at the camera that's actually off. Right, so I'm going to show you a few more things, and then we will give this little fella away, and I'm excited to do that. Right, back to the main camera. Quick read, have I missed anything? Have I or will? Oh, and by the way, this has a video on the channel. You can see it right now. It published within the last 24 hours. I'm going to do a crawler, an excavator, and a crawler. Let's start with the Yukon. I've had this thing sitting here for a while, and since I received it, this was their cheapest, but now they've released a newer body for it because I've just been so slow on releasing it. It's a portal system. It does have the lockers from memory, but they're manually manually operated front and rear. So it's the thumb locker on their diffs. It's the same internals as the 4107 we looked at not too long ago. Still has metal gears, low center of gravity setup, and all the rest of it. There's your thumb locker there for your diffs. It's got a little engageable, disengageable. We've got front metal universals, so they're still unis as well, which is nice. It still has the one-piece frame that to me looks plastic, but I put it to you that actually a plastic chassis, when done right, with the right cross bracing, is actually superior to metal, because it gets your weight down. You don't want your weight up high, and the lighter you can make everything that's not unsprung weight, which is your axles, everything that isn't under, like at this end of the shocks, everything on this end of the shocks wants to weigh as little as possible, and that's how you get a capable crawler. So this video I will probably do soon. This is the YK41012, and it is a 10 scale. I don't even know what color I've got. It comes in 3 colors: grey, red, and blue. And yeah, I know I've got blue. There you go. So that's what's in the box. I'm looking forward to doing this. The box is still sealed, so I won't break that seal. But we'll do that soon. This is Yukong's cheapest. There is a newer body variant. I'll go into that in the video when I do that, but that's coming. All right. One sec. might do is crack open an excavator. I need to move some stuff out of the way. Oh, thank you. The 4102 is based on the CR 4.4 Eco Chassis budget version. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a budget version of the Patrol that we've looked at. And so there's it is 41012. Thank you very much for posting that, Bob. Right, now, I said I had a couple of, well, I've got all the excavators. I haven't gotten around to this, but my plan has always been to do a rundown. Have I bumped anything? No, I haven't. My plan has always been to do a rundown of every excavator on the market with linear actuators, not hydraulic. Then we'll do some hydraulic conversions. I've got 10 or 12 of these things. I won't make it a super long video, but I'll park them all out there, get them to do a dig test. I bought equipment for this. It's a torque meter so that we can see how strong each of them are. And I don't remember if this is the winner or if it's the double eagle. I have a feeling it's the winner. Let's find out. Doesn't really matter what it is because yeah, it is the winner. Okay, hang on. Comes with free asphalt. Which one is this? Oh no, this isn't even the expensive one. This is a nice one. It's metal and heavy, but this is not the one I thought. I must have it parked down the way, down further where I can't get to it. Interesting. I wonder what this one is. I got these over a period of time. I haven't got to them yet, but it's fairly heavy, this thing. It's not the one I wanted to show you though. I wanted to show you one of the primo ones. Let me just see. My laptop's sitting on that one. Hang on. Right. Let me just have a quick look if I can get to it. The bass. You guys can't feel the bass, but the bass coming out of that banging. Look. Is this it? Let me see. It certainly feels heavy. I don't know if this is it either. Oh, this is it. Okay. This is the 1599. This is one of the two big fellas. Yeah. All right. We're good. This is one that I'll convert to hydraulic. Gosh, it's not light at all. This is the premium non-hydraulic model from Wiener. I've got to be careful with this keyboard. I don't want to bump the live stream. Hang on. Okay, we good? We good. It runs on some big old batteries, 4400 milliamp hour, big lithium ion pack. These things aren't particularly thirsty when they run. It's got a really nice little radio system in it. And when this thing first arrived, I did crack it out, just this one. I haven't done the double eagle. The detail on this thing it's just substantially good. There's metal. It's metal throughout, even the cabin there. And there's plenty of room in here for the 1599 hydraulic conversion kit. If you're interested in doing hydraulic conversions, I've done one for the 1580. It's a 45-minute video. You can't really see it behind me, but it's you can see its arm there. That was a fun video to do, and I've learnt some things while I did it. Hang on, sorry, I was changing the mic there. I've learnt some things while I did that. That was a fun thing. This guy's heavy. It's actually quite strong. We'll give that a proper test along with everything from the cheapest to the most expensive, and hopefully that'll be a useful thing. Let me get the radio back for this thing, and that's another thing on my 2026 to-do list. I'm looking forward to doing that with you. So just so you know, there is some excavator content on YouTube already. There are some reviews. I don't know that anyone's done a proper comparison of them all though. So that's my aim, because this thing's not cheap. Jeez, it's not light either. There we go. slowly destroying everything. This live stream could be captioned Craig destroys things. That seems to be what's happening. Alright, last one I'll show you guys for show and tell today. Since I bought this has also been updated, and now they have a Land Cruiser looking thing as well. But this was and still is one of Cross RC's cheapest 110 scale vehicles. I might actually open this one because I'm also curious to see. I actually don't know anything about it. Just that it was the cheapest one. You need that excavator and dump truck. Hell yeah. I haven't showed it here, but if you look on my channel, I've got I'm pretty sure I've put this footage in somewhere of me using my Land Cruiser's winch with a what's called a snatch block. It's like a pulley off the top of my container door here to lift my biggest excavator out of its wooden case. It's the same model that Phil has from Tommy RC. Mine's orange, and as I say, I've had it for 6 or 8 months longer than he's had his. But unlike me, Phil's actually good at following through and getting stuff out there. Alright, this is what's in the box. I think we should pull it out. You still get a decent manual. How about that? KR4, Demon KR4. I'm really curious to see what kind of car you get. Sorry about the sound here. I'm not using my usual mic. Again, I had a equipment failure late last night, so I've bodged this whole live stream together very quickly. Oh, I've got stuff falling everywhere. I don't know whether to be happy or concerned when I get a full spare set of front axles. I'm happy because they're steel, and I know Cross RC makes good stuff, but I'm a little confused perhaps that they give you a spare at all. Because between the lines, that makes me wonder, oh, has your testing showed you that they're not strong enough? I don't know. This certainly feels like a less premium setup. That's not to say it's bad though. It's an old style radio. It's not a bad way to get rid of all your old stuff though. Cross RC sticker. Always a fan of that. Let's pull the plastic and I'll get this box out of the way. Okay, let's have a look at this thing. If you're considering membership for the shed, and you want a chance, the odds are still pretty good. It's still 30 something members, I think. You'll be one of 30 something people to win that 8x8. I'm going to do that shortly. All right. So if you want to join the shed, it's in the description below. Founding members launch. It's $10 US monthly. It's month by month. You can do $100 for a year. This is it's a one-time offer. I'm not coming back to this price. It's just to get some people in the door so that the founding members, the first of you guys, can help me build this thing out a little bit. Give me the feedback that I need to make this thing nice. They give you spare axles according to Murphy's Law. Well, you could be right there. You could be right. Right, we've got body clips. We've got beadlock wheels with the Black Rock. Okay, so I know these tires. This isn't all cheap. These are the same tires as on the, wherever it is. It is definitely here somewhere. I've just got to locate it. Where is it? I can't find the car. Oh, it's right in front of me. It's the same tires as on the Emo AT4 kit. The very dusty Emo AT4 kit. It's the same BlackRock tires. They came with pretty heavy beadlock wheels, and this had lockers and all the rest of it, right? This was a kit that you buy, so I painted the body myself, and off we go. This is a lovely, lovely machine. It's a 6-problem approved car. Did all 6 problems on my course. This fella, it's a lot lighter, and without that down low weight, and without portals, by the way, without lockers, which is fine, servo on axle. I like the tires. The foams are actually pretty stiff. I would run those foams on a heavy car, but on a light car, there's not a lot of compression, I don't think. Yeah, thank you. when it's not dusty and in the sunshine, that body goes between. It's one of the Tamiya paints. It goes. I used 5 different paints. It was like a brass. I did a bit of brown at the back. I did some brass, a hint of green, and then I did this kind of flake pearlescent thing, and it changes from green to orange in the light. It's really cool. I won't spend terribly. Oh, okay. We've got to spend some time on this though. I was just gonna say I won't spend terribly long on this. We're just having a quick look. No taillights, but cross RC style, decent stuff. But there's been an accident. I'm thinking it's probably still going to work, but it looks like there's some kind of corrosion. I can't. Oh, hang on. Here we go. Here we go. Look on the bottom, fella. It's really hard to get this right. It's not particularly focused, but you see all that that yellow gunk. The PCB itself, both of them have been corroded somehow. There's also a set of pins on here that you could run taillights to directly from this. So do we have light control? On off. We've got dual rate. We've got channel reversing, and we've got trim. Oh, hang on. What do we got here? I don't know if these are trims. I'm going to guess they're trims. There's a bone button recessed into the radio. What a strange radio. And 4 AA's. I don't know if there's a light switch. I have a feeling there isn't. That's fine. Just a standard 1060 brushed receiver. It is only 2-channel. And the angle that that motor sits on is quite interesting. It's a planetary gearbox. I haven't had that in an RTR before. I've had it in I've put it in cars. I just haven't had it. And there's a little tiny transfer case underneath. And there's no overdrive, which is fine. Look, this is a decent basic little thing. It's very lightweight, but nice enough. Right. G-Made Spider. Yeah, I know, Philadelphia Collins. One, I also would have liked to see the G-Made Spider. I can't seem to get that. I've looked. If you can't link here because of anti-spam stuff, but if you can tell me the name of the store where you can see stock that isn't in the USA, where I pay nearly 200% price, I'd be happy to have a look at it. G-Made is a Korean company, and I haven't checked stock for probably 2025 now I think about it. You and I think, talked about this in 2024 in one of the comments somewhere. I do vaguely recall that. I'd be happy to have a look at the G-Made Spider. I've looked at it on the website, and I think it looks pretty sweet. I haven't got it to show you guys yet. I've had a bit of a hurricane through here. Oh, it's got nice little sliders too. Oh, and they're aluminium shocks, and they're adjustable coilovers, single stage. There's a lot to like. I don't know what the price of this thing is, but the Demon KR4 from Cross RC is one that we'll look at soon. I think that brings us to, it brings it to tea time. I thought we did. I thought I remembered talking to you about that. All right. Okay. Last chance to join. You've got probably seconds now. I'm glad you found it capable. Look, the emo, sorry, not the emo, the G-Made Bomb TC GSO2F that we looked at early in this live stream. I've got it back here behind me. Very capable car. I have a feeling that the Spider also has the cast gears, so not particularly strong, but yeah, lovely car. There's a distributor in Asia that carries some G-Made stuff. Yeah, thank you. RC Mart could be what you're thinking of. I'm pretty sure they had it, and I haven't looked at RC Mart for a while. It was either stock or cost that I balked at, and I'm pretty sure it was stock because at the time I would have been able to grab that. I can't at the moment, but I will. I'm still interested. I know they make really good stuff. And the Vanquish Origin's another one I haven't had. And I agree, Ian, it does look similar. Right, this I've got a video on the channel for it. You can learn all about it. What we're going to do is use a random number generator. Now I'm going to pull up a member list, and I don't want to do that publicly. Just let me see if I can do it. I'm happy to pull it up publicly as long as it doesn't show people's email addresses, just the usernames. That's all. The cast gears are still there, yeah, bummer. Portals will help because it'll gear it down, I agree. But, pardon me, the problem is then that you're still running potentially brushless power through it. I would keep it brushed and keep it on 2S. But yeah, look, logistics have changed since the pandemic, and the nature of business has changed considerably too in that time. Things just have shot up, haven't they? I would like to export to CSV. So I'm going to close the call now, guys, for new members. It's basically your entry in for this thing. What I'm going to do is export to CSV. I'm going to open that and make sure I haven't got email addresses showing, and I do. So I'm just give me a sec to modify it so it's not visible. Let me see here. That through to that. Hide. And then we're gonna hide the, I've got 2 test accounts, we'll get rid of them too. Hide. Now we're gonna pull him down to there, and I'll do this publicly so that it's fully transparent. Problem is, some people have usernames that are their email addresses, and I don't want to dox them. We're doing a live stream, so I don't want to write a script right now. Keep yourself busy in the chat. We're just going to do a quick thing. I'm just going to extract everything from before email addresses so that nothing changes. Are we in Sheets or Excel? We're in Excel. One sec, guys. I think we're in text before at. I can do that. All right, half a sec. Equals B4, no, text before B4, comma, at, should be in probably apostrophes at, and then instance number, match mode, match end, if not found, close bracket. There we go, done. All right, let's just expand that. I might need an if error as well, and then we're going to do this giveaway. Yeah, we need an if error. Sorry guys, another 30 seconds while Craig messes around in a spreadsheet. That's some riveting live stream stuff, isn't it? If error. And we'll close that out, and we're going to get rid of the other bits and pieces, comma, boom. There we go. All right, someone says, I'll still keep an eye on the chat while I do this. You're looking for a short wheelbase 110 trail truck, my friend. This is the premium one. This is the BRX01 AWB. It's a kit, hard body, short wheelbase, adjustable wheelbase, hence the name. One of the nicest trail trucks, and it comes with a beautiful bed as well that suits this old Zeal body. But I've also converted mine into a 4-wheel-drive tow truck because I wanted that mud runner energy. I've got a video on this on the channel. It's not too long ago. Have a look at that. It's just a stunning model. That's a good short wheelbase one. If you don't want a kit and you just want the appearance of a short wheelbase, or short wheelbase relative to 110 scales, this is the 136-100 Pro, I think is what it's called. It's an RGT. Let's just look up shooter. Look in my videos for shooter. RGT shooter, and it comes with a 390 FOC system built in, a decent servo on axle, and this is essentially a short wheelbase compared to 110 scales. It'll drive with 110 scales, and it'll have the speed if you want it. And this is premium. It's got metal axles. They're straight axles as well. This is a darling little truck, and this also has been on the 6 problem course. You will soon find its results in the membership along with the rest of it, but that's a good one. Alright guys, just give me 10 seconds. I'm just going to finish getting this done. And then we're going to Yes. Good, good. All right, I'm just preparing this so I can do the draw and make it public to you guys so that you can see it, so that I'm completely transparent. If my machine hadn't crashed last night and I needed sleep, I would have done it last night for you, but I have to do it now. I'm sorry. Nearly there, guys. Thanks for bearing with me. Then we're going to use a random number generator, and we'll find the winner of this this little 8-wheel drive. All right. Brand. The shooter was RGT. It was RGT shooter, and Tuck saying thank you. It was the Boom Racing BRX01 AWB. MST also has a couple of short wheelbase models. I haven't really done MST except for the DC01, but they do have a short wheelbase Jeep looking thing. I thought, thank you Tux, I thought of the Element Bushido. It's actually not a short wheelbase. It just looks short wheelbase because it's a 1/6 scale reproduction, even though they call it 110. If you look at the start of my Rolalo truck video just recently, you'll see that shows you what's going on there. It's still a standard Sendero type. It's still the Enduro platform. It might be like that much shorter. It's not short wheelbase, but yeah. Anyway, you got a few options. You could convert. Look, the nice thing about the Enduro platform is it is fairly tweakable. You've got options there. All right. I've now just finished converting the members, and now we're going to hide those columns. So now I can share this. I'm just getting ready to give away this thing for you guys. Half a sec longer, and I'm going to have it all up on screen for you, and we can do this draw live. Right. This is now going to be a random number generator. I think Google has one built in. If I go through Google, there we go. All right. We're going to move this around. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. Nearly there. Now we've just got to add one more screen. So now we're going to come across to the shed, and I'm going to need to add one more source, which is application, I think. Application, window capture it was. Thanks for waiting, guys. We're just about to do this. Excel, ba-boom, ba-boom, window, Excel, here we go. Done. All right, now we are going to move that across so we can see the random number generator as well. And our members are, Rolalo is making moves. Hey, it's crazy. They're doing a heck of a job. Now we're going from 5 through to 37, and I've had a message from one of my members to say if it gets drawn, to draw again. I'm going to press generate, and that winner will take this home. I'm just going to hit it once. It says 7 there, but that's just because it's ready to go. I'm going to hit it, and here comes your winner, guys. 28, which is ElDuderinoLebowski. So there you go. This is coming to you, ElDuderino, and I will email you. I've got your email address from your membership already. I will send this to you, and I hope you enjoy it. To all of the rest of you, let me just change. I've been looking at the wrong camera again. Sorry. It was ElDuderino. Right, there we go. So that brings us to a conclusion, and I've been going here for now just shy of 3 hours, and well, we've had some fun. We've talked about some stuff. I do invite you to come to the shed. The founding members launch is still going to run. Because I now need to go away for a day and a half, I'm going to keep it running probably until the wee hours of Tuesday, because I need to make sure that I'm available to close things off properly. And then it will close for a while. Membership for RC-TNT will then be closed for some time. It will open at a higher price later in the year, not terribly later, but probably a little bit later. I still have a few more things I want to build out. I want to finish the 6 problem thingy. I want to get a few more useful tools that I've been building into the community, so that when I do the proper launch, this will be the RC-TNT, the shared launch, a full launch. It's going to have, I'll be able to put a video together that shows you everything you get, and just to really, I want to over deliver on value. That's my plan. I don't just want to take your money for, I don't know, just to get like an emoticon or something in my chat. I just want to make it good. And in this way, I hope to be sustainable for a good long time to come here on the channel. and I'll have all sorts of little things planned. You'll be the first to see my new designs. I'm going to share my entire catalog. I've got a bunch of stuff I've designed that I haven't shared. That's all coming. Um, yeah, my plan is just to genuinely over deliver. That's my plan. And I just want to keep doing RC-TNT for as long as you guys are interested in watching. I want to thank all of you for watching my stuff. I'm genuinely grateful for that. Thank you so much. And thanks for hanging out with me in the chat here today, guys. It's been a fun one. Yeah, that's it. Watch this space. I'm going to release. I think this will be the next video. This is going to drop just before the membership closes, and it's got another call to action to join. Then this is your last chance for the founding members launch price. That's going to be grandfathered in for as long as you're a concurrent member. You're going to enjoy that same price. And then when it shuts, it shuts. That's it for good. It will open again at the higher price. But this is a 6-problem course approved car. It did all 6 problems. This is my own design. This is already available right now to download on the shared membership. Instructions are still in progress, but again, this is why you're getting a discount. I'm still building stuff out. I'm just one guy. I'm working hard for you, but I can only do so much in a day. But it's all coming. I'm just so excited to, like, what a ride. Like, I'm filled with gratitude to even be able to do this stuff. So yeah, thank you so much. I'll probably clear out some of these small things too and little giveaways here and there. Rig of the month, I forgot to show you that. Let me just pull that up. I don't think we've had a lot of posts yet because it's only been open for a short time. Just before we go, I did say I'd show the rig of the month thread. It's only been open for a few days though, is the problem. But I'll show you some entrants that we have already. Just got to find that sucker just before we leave, and I'll pull that up. I think it was down in the shed main part. We're using premium hosting. It's the same hosting I've used for my businesses for years. So it should remain nice and fast. It's mobile friendly as well, which is a plus. February 2026, they're themes. This will go on the 2027 calendar. Extreme weather or environment. Let me show you what I got. We have, we've had a few entries. That's good. Right, we're going to come back. This is going to be a public thread. Not everyone's. We're just getting started here, guys. I need to kill that thing. Sorry. Kill the window capture. Make him invisible. No, not that one. Oh, this one. There we go. I'm getting there. This was from Blockjack Daukpol. He's got a base camp on a Fury. We also had another snow picture. We'll be voting for these, and obviously we've just started, so not everything's going to be on topic yet, I suspect. But oh, there you go. There's an extreme one. Although it was a beautiful, calm day, but that was one of them. That was from Bro RB, I think. Yep, Bro B RC. And we also have one from Sparking Mark 86. Oh, that looks like a Dyson. That's a VS410 with an Origin half body. Yeah, that's the stuff. We've only had a few days for this thread to go, and they're going to keep coming out. And so we'll be doing we'll do that. Alford says, "Good job, Craig." Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thanks to all of you guys. I'm so glad to have you here, and congratulations again to ElDuderinoLebowski. I can't ship the LiPo battery, but I'll ship this whole thing without batteries. So you just need a little 2S LiPo. This does take 3S, but don't run 3S. I think as nice as this is, it'll reward 2S and careful driving. I'll give you the radio as well. I just put a discrete system in. It was actually the one that came with the MJX 7303 because I've replaced that as part of what I'm doing there. So there's no gyro. It's just a basic 3-channel, but you know, enjoy that. I'll ship this out to you. I'll get your details, and we'll do that. And my aim, guys, is to do some more regular live streams. So yeah, it's been fun. Thank you very much, and I really appreciate all of you. Thank you. And yeah, last thanks to Mark Ray. I do like your truck. That was cool. Thanks, guys. Have a good weekend, and I'll catch you next time on RC-TNT. Cheers. See you guys.